Oh, okay.
Okay. Yo, what is going on, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the next podcast. That is right, people. We are live, and it is prime time. Now, guys, you got to excuse me. Every other Thursday, I am scheduled to work until 7 p.m. So as soon as I got out, not only that, man, I wouldn't have been able to have coffee unless I stopped to pick up milk. So I had to stop and pick up milk. Picked up some toilet paper, did some adulting on my way, home to get ready for the show.
You want to put the link in? Never mind. I'll send it to him. He said he couldn't see. He doesn't see the link.
Really? Okay, send him the link. Let me know how that works, because I am the mad scientist behind this show. I am the one hitting all the buttons, flipping all the switches, all that good stuff. But guys, we are live. I could not wait to get home tonight. A lot to talk about, a lot of PlayStation stuff. Unfortunately, I did not get to see State of Play, but I do have a panel that has seen it, so I can't wait to hear what they saw, what the highlights were, what the lowlights were. We're going in on a lot of stuff. Sony is really embracing that PC master race, and we definitely got to talk about that, and a couple huge delays coming from the PlayStation 5. But before we get into the topics, and before I get into the intros, guys, you know what to do. We got to do this YouTube business here. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Share this show out on social media, wherever people are talking games. Let them know that the next podcast is live. As you can see, the gameplay is running. Everything is going smoothly. What is up, Six Slayer? Milk, eggs, and fabric softener. Bro, I have no fabric softener. I have no fabric softener. Is that bad? I don't know.
Get this man some fabric softener. He needs it.
Liquid or sheets? Liquid or sheets?
Both, dude.
Just both. Oh yeah. Man,
you gotta have it. You gotta have it. Fucking soft as shit.
You're gonna your clothes are gonna melt when you wear them. I will say I prefer sheets, by the way, and I will throw like 10 of them into the dryer for one load.
I love that Egyptian cotton. Egyptian cotton is banger.
I thought maybe like one or two into the freaking dryer. Dude.
Okay. Maybe I overdid it. Maybe like 5 or so per
Dang,
load.
Man. You got that sensitive skin, huh?
I just like the way it smells, to be really honest
with you. Using Gain or some shit.
Downy, brother. Downy, or maybe a little snuggle with the bear. You know what I'm saying?
Snuggle.
A little snuggle. But guys, let's get into the intros, man. And we're gonna start with the man who is closest to my residence. That's right. He suffers every winter with me in Connecticut. He is about to drop that hashtag crispy truth, crispy bomb. What is going on, bro?
It was a warm day and it was a cold day in PlayStation land. I'm just saying. And shout out to the chat. Good to see everybody. And hopefully we get another panel member in here very shortly. Dark has thrown out the Batman logo.
The A-button signal.
A-button signal. Actually, yeah, that even sounds better. Yes. Let's get into it, and hopefully we have the PlayStation truth on Dark Side.
All right, guys. Well, I shared the link in our DM one more time.
I sent him a link too, so I don't know.
Oof.
He's probably playing Outriders or some shit.
Probably, yeah. He's probably.
Dude, we could. Well, that's if he's signed in right now. That's something else we need to talk about. But before we do that, we have to go over to my West Coast brother, the man who sleeps with scuba gear, because California is gonna sink into the ocean. Dark Optimus, what is going on, bro?
Yeah, man, I have my scuba gear ready at all times, dude. I won't wear the tank because it's heavy, but like everything else I wear. I just just in case. You never know,
So
dude.
how do
We're
you
going in
breathe
the ocean.
underwater?
He uses the tank as a pillow just in case, and he just equips it, as soon as he sinks, right? Is that how we go?
I'm a man, dude. I don't have to fucking breathe, okay?
Breathing is overrated. Yeah.
But no, man, I'm happy to be here, dude. We're gonna have a lot to talk about tonight. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it though.
Yo, Doggy Dog in the chat. He said, "Where's Christopher Hart?" That's funny. Where is that man? Somebody put out an APB. Find him in the Twitterverse. Okay, it's like, hey, why?
Yeah,
aren't you
he's
in
a
the chat?
moderator. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Get him in here.
Come on, I gave him the wrench for a reason. All right. And nobody knows
Probably
what that
the
reason
biggest
is.
mistake of your life.
Nobody
to be
knows
honest.
what that reason is. But I guarantee you, I'm the only one that gave him a wrench, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually
Yeah,
might be
probably.
correct on that, dude. I have not seen wrenches anywhere else.
Yeah,
I'm at least a wrench here and on Brap, so that's at least good. I have two.
he's a moderator on Brat.
No,
Or-
I am.
Oh, you are.
I am.
Why
I don't give a fuck about Christopher Hart.
Why did they pick you, man?
I don't know, dude. The mullet, dude. That's what it is, man. The mullet has power, and you can't get away from it.
It's those Jurassic Park feels. That's what it is.
It's true.
Yo, Albert G, isn't Connecticut where all the rich people live? Now, see, there are parts of Connecticut where they have huge, huge houses, and people who are economically well off definitely dwell there, okay? But there are also other parts of Connecticut.
There's also shit parts, let's be honest.
Other parts.
And that's where Crispy and fucking Bot gather in their shitty towns.
Crispy, we gather here. Like, we don't
We
live
haven't
here.
gathered yet. I'm still waiting for it, by the way.
I'm
I
waiting
just,
for you to get your ass down to southern Connecticut, man. I ain't going up there.
Well, why the hell do I have to go down to you?
It's colder
in
up
a
there, that's
house,
why.
motherfucker.
I heard there was a doorbell ring, and then nobody
Answered?
Hold on. There it is. I got it. Uh-oh.
There he is.
There he is. There you go.
The man,
There you go.
the myth, the legend.
Guys, yo, everybody in chat, I'm in a rare mood tonight. I don't know if you guys can tell. I can literally do like a radio talk show tonight for some reason. I can talk about absolutely anything right now and be entertained. So I hope you guys are being entertained as well. Joining us, of course, coming live from the 405, my brother who's been here from the beginning, the king of the A button. K-Mega, what's going on, bro? Anybody want to impersonate him real quick while he can't talk?
World premiere.
You lied to the audience, because before we started this podcast, you were pretty pissy, dude.
I was not. No, I was not pissy.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Somebody was trying to be a drama queen over here.
Oh,
that
I'm
is
the
true.
drama queen. Yeah, sure.
Talking about,
Okay.
Yo, we should make the show 9 o'clock when it was only 12 minutes late. Like, anyway.
Laugh
I mean, there
out
was
loud.
an LOL
Okay.
at the end
I'm
of that.
I'm not just talking to you, Bot, by the way.
Yeah.
That is true. But you did put his name in there, so I'm just saying, Crispy. Just saying.
He is the host of the podcast. I'm just saying.
Yes, I am. I am your fearless
This
leader.
is
And I
yes,
will not
he
fear
is.
being 12 minutes late, brother. I'm just saying. But yo, again, shout out to the chat, guys. You're just hearing us talk about jibber jabber. Yo, K-Mega, are you here?
He's trying to get that soundboard
Yeah,
ready.
that's
or
probably
some
what
shit.
he's doing. He's setting up the soundboard.
He's trying to record my world premiere.
No,
There you go.
no, he's definitely not doing that. But it would be a good idea though.
He's definitely not doing that. Nope. Mm-mm.
All right, well, guys, check this out. I came home, guys. Chat and panel. I came home, And because I didn't watch the State of Play, because I was at work, I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave the State of Play topic until later, and I'm going to sign into my Xbox, and I'm just going to play it on YouTube, kind of like low volume, possibly muted, and just see what they had to show. And then guess what? Xbox Live is down, people. Yo, everybody in the chat, if you are near your Xbox, let me know if you are signed in right now. But I believe... I believe Xbox came out and said that they are having issues. People are having issues signing in. They can't purchase anything digitally. But before we get into that, as you can hear, everything is set up.
He needs some milk.
He needs some. Yo, I say that to people, yo. Yo, shout out to K Mega. What is going on, brother?
What's up, man? What's going? Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's going on? Oh man, just got finished eating a big dinner of just Chinese food. I'm stuffed. I might fall asleep. Anyway,
You're gonna be
what did
hungry
I
in an
miss?
hour.
I tore down. I got
Listen,
down.
You missed us talking about fabric softener, drama queens, and then getting into Xbox Live is down. So I don't think. Wow.
That sounds
Oh
like
my
my type
God.
of show. Let's go.
I told you was trying to get that shit ready.
No. No, because
Shoot.
I didn't see. I was looking for it, and then I got to eating, and then after I was in, I was watching. Once I get into watching the news, and I'm eating, man, it's over. I don't.
It
care
sounds
about
like
anything else.
introduction. That's all it sounds like. It just you're
No.
interjecting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, shoot. Yo, shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell hitting up that super chat. That is right, people. The super chat does indeed work. He says, for K Mega explaining.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Wow. Yo, shut that. What are you trying to do to me, bro?
Oh no, I usually don't mind. It doesn't matter time. I mean, you.
All right, yo, he said for K Mega explaining himself about not living off the Don's kills in Halo 5 in his latest The Dev and the Gamer. Brother, you had to break it down how you don't live off of the Don's kills?
I don't know, man. I don't know what my brother's been watching. I mean, we've been playing and practicing on Master Chief Collection, something I thought that somebody that's supposed to be on the team with us supposed to be doing. So I don't know. I mean,
Didn't I tell
Don
you I
was
got this
streaming.
weekend off? Didn't I say that?
But it doesn't. No, but you was playing golf.
Bot don't need practice. That's what he's saying to you.
Watch, then we're going to lose in the first round, or we're going to carry him. So it's going to be one or the other. But regardless, I mean, we've been playing Master Chief Collection. So man, if you're gonna get there, throw that shade, man. You got to say the right games at least.
I wasn't throwing any
what's
shade.
up, buddy?
I am down.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Blue Shell.
Oh.
Yeah. And what's all this stuff is that you've been waiting for us to waiting for me to play me, and we haven't seen you. I don't know where you've been. I guess you're waiting for Infinite. So anyway,
I just saw
Well,
a tumbleweed
well,
just fly by. Like as you're looking for Blue Shell, a tumbleweed just went by. That was weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but appreciate that, man. Thank you for hooking my boy up, man. Because I get like 2.1 -% of that he sent. So yeah,
Negative. Definitely on the negative percent.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely on the damn negative.
You have been with me the longest, man, and you have not gotten paid the longest. Let's just put it that way.
Damn.
But yo, K Mega, like I said, I tried
sir.
to, I came home and I tried to check out State of Play, kind of like while the show was going on, just to catch visuals and see what was going on. Xbox Live is down, man. I don't know. Is it down for you? What's going on?
Yes.
In your neck of the woods? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been I got me some good news this morning. And then once I got that good news, I've been gone like all day, like just doing all different types of stuff, taking care of business. And I come back and I'm like, oh man, that's right, because I was downloading Dirt before I went to sleep last night, and I was like, oh man, I get a chance to play Dirt 5, and I was like, oh man.
Pass?
Yeah, it's in Game Pass. It's a Game Pass right there. It's a Game Pass. So
Well, that's why Xbox Live is down. Yo, so many people went to download it.
well,
They broke it.
Outriders is available. The demo is available, and that's a game that I'm really interested in wanting to get to play. So then when I was like, it was down. What? And so I posted like, hey, my Xbox Live is down. But I will say this. I mean, I know that there's other people that's had a lot of other issues and problems. But man, this is only the third time that my Xbox Live has been out since I've had my Xbox One. The first one was the Lizard Squad, which was the longest time.
Guys, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button because next podcast started talking about it. I have just been able to sign in. I am now on
nice.
Xbox Live, guys.
Nice. I'm gonna look and see if I'm ready to go.
I gotta go see now.
Yeah,
I just tried earlier.
No, it's still showing my connect to Xbox Live thing.
Yeah, you just gotta click on it though, and
I know it. No, it's this. No.
Well, it is coming around. Of course, they have to go on the Lord's time first. They have to go East Coast and then kind of backtrack.
No, Sin City. Then they come. They're gonna get to each side of the coast.
We'll see in a second.
Yeah, because it ain't the Lord's time. It's just gonna get rid of y'all because y'all the most cranky. We're the most patient out here.
What is up with cranky today?
Man, come on. You East Coast cats are really cranky. You're over hyper and y'all really cranky.
All right. Well, the closer you are to New York, the closer, the faster time goes for some reason. So yeah, everybody thinks that there's not enough time in the day, but
hey, I'm signed in too, bot.
There we go, guys.
Here we go.
Look at that. We have helped out the community right now. And we have.
I'm still not in
Xbox Live for everybody except people who button mash the A button.
Us in the no. Connect
and make
Xbox
moonshine
Live.
in the backyard.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff too. And wine, and homemade wine. You need to try the homemade wine. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. See, okay, we up now. Let's go.
See,
that,
dude,
guys.
and they told us, dude. I love that they tell us, dude. We are fucking up. There's something going on. Let's just tell the people that there's something going on, and we're working on it. I mean, I saw this like at least 3 hours ago, and I didn't try to boot it up. And the first time bot heard me, I said it didn't work. And then all of a sudden, next podcast comes on, and what happens?
It's for all you guys in the community. It's for all you guys. All right. Well, guys, since Xbox Live is up, we don't really got to see, what the temperature is out there in social media, and if people were kind of blowing it out of proportion or anything like that. We can actually skip all over that. So I want to go to Dark real quick about a demo called Outriders. Brother, you said that you got a chance to play this game, the demo at least?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna go right up here and look for that.
Listen, yo, he's drooling right now.
Yeah. You definitely have to play it, Mecca. I think this is a game up your alley, bro.
That's what I want to hear.
I think it's even up Crispy's alley too.
Yeah,
if you like. That. Yeah, the game so far has
been up his alley quite a few times. So.
Oh no! Don't let this man start that.
I've been up her alley. That's about it.
Oh yeah, well
the only alley he's been up is this.
Oh really? Why was somebody smacking a pumpkin vigorously? I don't know.
Oh man, but
right.
this demo, man. Honestly, for what the content that they're giving us in the demo, it's like whoa, like they're really going in depth. It's like over 3 hours long. In terms of like story, it goes into the story, it goes into side quests, it goes into end game stuff a little bit. It like I haven't played like a complete 3 hours of the game, but I played at least about an hour of the game, and I'm already like, okay, day one buy already. You know, like it's just it's the kind of game I like. It's sci-fi. It's it feels like Gears in a way a little bit. Not too much, but it feels like it a little bit. It feels like it's got that looting, like Destiny and Borderlands and things like that. It's got the RPG esque to it that I love with games. So this game is definitely, I think, gonna be. I don't know if the media is gonna gravitate towards it, but I think a lot of gamers are gonna gravitate towards it because I think a lot of gamers are gonna be like, this is something new, fresh, something we haven't seen yet.
See how big
I mean,
this is.
the abilities alone, like, are something that is I think going to drive people to want to play it. Um, the customization in the game is kind of like Destiny, where you just kind of like pick random faces and random hairstyles and
Destiny got
random.
a huge update
So
coming, by the way. But go
so
ahead.
like it's kind of like that a little bit, like when it comes to customization. But I think and the voice acting isn't bad. Like I was thinking to myself, like, maybe the voice acting might be bad. It's not really bad. There are moments where it does seem kind of off a little bit, but it's not like terrible or anything. Um, but yeah, so far, man, the game has been awesome. Like it's really about, like, how you want to, in normal third person shooter games, you want to dive behind cover. Like in this game, you don't really want to do that so much. Like you can do it for certain enemies and things like that, but you want to kind of come out of cover and kill the guy, the bad guy, or the monster or whatever, because then you get health. That's how you gain health in this game. So it's definitely, it feels unique in a way. Not too unique to the point to where you're like, oh, this could be, like something that people play and then drop after a couple months or whatever. I think this game will have some longevity to it. Um, and I think, honestly, it's so far I'm loving it, to be honest. And I'm excited to play it in April. I'm gonna finish the demo, of course, and I'll probably play it again because I want to play different classes and I want to see what those classes can do. And that's the beauty of it, finding your play style first. And then I'm so glad that they did this demo, because a lot of games, they don't do. You could tell that this company, People Can Fly, have a confidence in this game compared to some of their other games that they've come out with.
They did basically make Gears Judgment, by the way.
Right. They made Gears Judgment, and that didn't do so well. And I think they've learned from Gears Judgment with this game, and I think they're a little bit more prouder of this game than they were with Gears and Bulletstorm and things like that. And they're giving us a demo that you can take and put into your game. So like if you've played the demo already, you don't have to play that first part again. You can just take that character and continue the story from where you left off.
Oh, so it
So
has like save points in the demo.
yeah,
then.
it's got save points in the demo, which is cool. Like that's
Dude,
actually really
on the
cool.
Series
So,
S, this demo is almost 19 gigabytes in size.
So
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
it's
it's 18.91. Yeah, I'm at 10 right now, so I'm almost
and
there.
and it's at 4K 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
So
For
the beauty of that is that it's like, from what so you haven't played with anybody else, have you, Dart?
No, I haven't played with anybody else yet, but I'm sure I'm gonna have some time this weekend to play
Well,
with.
I mean, I think they're going more the Destiny route, just in
then-
like more of a
Right.
Gears third person type
Right.
play feel, but
Well, it's
having
more
powers
RPG.
and
Yeah, it's more of an RPG, but then it's also more like like it's crossplay. So like if people are on Xbox want to play with somebody who's playing on PlayStation, you can. So that's the beauty of it. Like there's actually it doesn't have crossplay right away. You actually have to go in the menu and turn it on because for the demo they turned it off. So you have to go in the menu and turn it on if you want to play with somebody who's playing on Xbox or PC or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
Yo, Chris, you talking about Metacritic over here? You know, hashtag Meta who? But since you're talking about that website, I wonder what type of score they would give the God of War Ragnarok, release in 2021 and the Gran Turismo 7 release in 2021. I'm saying if you're trying to trigger people.
Oh damn, bro! Oh, he's going in already.
I wonder if they're gonna give it a number. But yo, shout out to you, Chris. Everybody was wondering where you were, and now you're here. Be prepared, bro. Be prepared. But,
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
So,
Mega.
Mega, you said you're pumped to get into this demo. Why, man? What about this game that you've seen so far has you excited, bro?
Who, me?
No, I said K Mega.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you said I was talking to Crispy. No, I mean, when we first seen it last year, it sparked my interest, and then they had like a really long, I think it was about an hour, 45-minute gameplay, preview of how the game works, how the abilities and everything, and I just fell in love with it from the get because it's like it's that mix of a bullet. What was it? Bulletstorm? What was that game called?
Bulletstorm, yeah.
Yeah, Bulletstorm, and then of Gears mixed in, but they got their own little niche to it, where it's kind of like what Dark was explaining about that. You need to kill in order to keep the power. But if you play Bulletstorm, that game is really fun. Like it's so over the top, and it's the cool stuff that you can do, the combos, and you can do those same type of things, but you could combo with your teammates. Like I always love that. It reminds me of stuff like what you could do with Marvel Alliance, those old games and things like that. So I'm all in, and that's just one of those things is where if you get I'm not understanding why it's only like 3 players instead of 4, but I can live with it. But I'm just ecstatic about it. This is one of my for the beginning of this year. This has been the most anticipated game for me right now. I've been really excited for this. Yeah, I can't wait. Like it's at 17.5 right now. When this thing boot up, you're gonna hear me playing. So I can't wait.
The funny thing is about that, dude, you're excited about it, but I wasn't excited about it until like I started seeing more like information on it like this past week. I wasn't really excited for it. I was like, oh, okay, it's probably going to be another games as a service game, and it's not going to be like that. Like that's not how they created this game. They created it to be like an RPG, but kind of but you still can play with your friends. Like it's definitely gonna be a unique game for sure.
Right. And that's another thing too, is because it's going to be I think a blend of a looter shooter. Then it's going to be a blend of what you've seen with Gears, with that type of combat of hiding behind stuff, and then just the other stuff like reminds me of Destiny, not Destiny, but of Division. And also I think why they're really going all out as well is because in this Square Enix game as well.
Yeah.
And I mean the last Square Enix game that was a multiplayer experience, it didn't do so well, which was the Avengers, right? So I think that they really want to go out and try to be is like, look, man, let's just advertise this puppy, let's get it out there. Because if you really think about it, there's nobody that does it as well. I mean, I know Bot's going to say Destiny, but other than what Destiny does, Ubisoft makes these type of games. They're the king of it, and so I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of the studios try to go this route, especially if this game gets successful.
Well,
and I just love it. I love playing these type of games.
Well, so. I think when it comes down to it, Destiny and Bungie right now, I would consider them the king of looter shooters. You know, where they keep adding
No,
content over time. The games as a
no,
service.
no.
You're gonna
That's
go
not the
Borderlands. You're gonna be old
no.
granddaddy gamer over here.
Yeah, that's the daddy of them all, man. You can't just skip over. You can't skip
I
Borderlands
wonder
like
which one's
that.
more popular right now.
Borderlands.
More people are playing Borderlands than they're playing Destiny right now.
I guarantee you, it's sold crazy.
Why
Did
do
you
we
know how
talk
many
about
it
sales?
sold?
Yo,
10 million
you
in
know
like
how many
a
He
week.
didn't
how many
say
people
sell,
bought the game, didn't
though.
like
He
it,
didn't
though?
sell.
Yeah,
What
you know what I'm saying?
There's people that still playing. That's still playing Borderlands.
That's why the whole sales like demographic thing. It's really popular. Look at the sales. That doesn't
Okay,
really.
but there's people that still playing. I guarantee you that I can go on and play. I've seen people still playing Borderlands 3
I'm not
and
saying
all
that
that
nobody's
DLC
playing
content
it,
as well.
sir. I'm not saying it's garbage or anything like that, but I'm saying that when it comes down to it, when you say looter shooter in the community, more people will say Destiny 2 right off the bat.
Bro, that's
Oh
what you're
my
saying.
god, dude.
Oh man,
But
That's
I got
not
the whole
talk.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
I'm
you
hardwiring
can
real
have
quick.
it. Oh my goodness, you can have it. I mean, if you want to say that Destiny's more popular, that's fine. I'm just saying, don't call it the king or the original because it's not.
No,
Like
hold
it
on.
belongs
The
to.
king and the original are two totally different things. The original is the first person that did it, or the first entity that did it. That doesn't necessarily make them the king, though. Over time, other games become more popular. Not saying that the original isn't still popular, just saying that over time, other games become more popular, have a higher active player base. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm looking at what ATL said. He says you just. I don't know if he's referring that to me because I was bringing up a point about Borderlands a couple of weeks ago or whatever, and he was saying you just played Borderlands 2 for the first time last August. No, that's not true. I've owned Borderlands. I didn't like Borderlands on the 360 when I first played it. If you're going to sit here and try to quote me correctly. I said I didn't get into it. I didn't get into Borderlands until after my homeboy died because he was adamant about how great the game was. And so then I started to get more into it, and then I understood what he was talking about. And then when I bought Borderlands 3 for him before he passed away, I went ahead and I played it and I beat it and I fell in love with it. And then I started going back to playing the other games. So let's not try to put words in my mouth like that. If you're gonna do it right, ATL.
Well,
I've had Borderlands from the very beginning. I just wasn't into it for whatever reason back then.
shout out to Albert real quick. He already knows the deal that Ep.8 448 is right on this matter. But dude, what were we talking?
Oh, you said you played. Okay, I got you. Did my mistake. No, that was what we're talking about.
And you're leaving somebody out.
No. I'm getting to you, man. It was funny how Destiny just swerved everything. But Crispy,
You brought it up.
Crispy, my brother Crispy. Outriders, man. Are you hyped? Are you downloading the demo? Did you get a chance to play it all? What's going on with Crispy and the Outriders demo right now?
So until Xbox Live went down, which I will call that trash right now.
They knew you were gonna go in. They knew you were gonna go in, so they turned it on when
got
we went live.
home and couldn't download it. And now Square Enix is asking me to make an Enix member account, which is just great. Yeah, I'm not interested. I just want to play the game.
They want to send you emails. That's why.
I will say this: if you were to cross Division 2, Destiny, and Gears of War all into one game, I think that's what they're trying to do. And everybody can say Square Enix. Square Enix published this game, and they're using their servers and everything else, whatever they got. People who can fly, from what I've seen, not just from what I just watched at the beginning of this game, but what I've seen before this when they showed gameplay and everything else. People who can fly made this game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because I played Gears of War Judgment. The problem was it wasn't the way the game played. it was the weapons that they allowed you to have, and you could only have one loadout when you started the game, and that pissed people off. And they, by my account, even though I couldn't play the game anymore because nobody was playing it, the gameplay was smooth, and it was exactly what I expected from Gears, but at the same time, they made you either choose one weapon or the other. And for Gears players, because it had Gears of War Judgment, Gears players were anticipating this game, and they didn't like that fact. I feel like this is RPG, but with multiplayer. Exactly what Division 2 is. You can play by yourself. You can play with people. Exactly what Destiny is. I've seen a lot of people play Destiny 2 by themselves and still wreck shit. You know what I mean?
I play it a lot by myself, to be really honest with you.
And then you can join people as you go. This is a smart way to go, because the one thing that people who can fly knows how to use is the cover-based system that's involved in Gears. And I've seen it multiple, even in the cutscenes and everything else. I have seen the cover-based system that Gears used in this game, and that's what makes me intrigued, because I'm like, imagine combining Destiny, Gears, and Division 2 all in one, because Division 2, you can't wall bounce, you can't do anything like that. But imagine combining somewhat of each form, and then you have the powers like Destiny. My buddy is a huge Destiny and a huge Division fan. He has already played this demo, and he literally hit me up, and he was like, dude, you got to play this. You have to play this. This is just ridiculous, because now I've gotten him into Gears, because he didn't realize how you can traverse in Gears. And he's like, dude, this game is incredible. I can't believe how good it is. And this is only a demo. He's like, I am so hyped for this. And I'm like, dude, I got to play it. That's the only thing I can think.
Yo, Chris, just to let you know, Xbox Live was down, at least in this house. It is not anymore. So whatever you're talking about for more than 5 hours or whatever, it is actually coming up for people now. And we here at Next Podcast say you're welcome to everybody, because it's obviously because we went live and we were going to talk about it that Xbox was like, you know what, we need to turn it back on real quick. But yeah, no, it's coming back on for people as we are talking. But let's There's
nobody else.
Yeah, I know. I'm not used to that. Let's move on. Let's move on then, because I want to see what Outriders is all about. But I am also downloading Dirt 5 as we speak. That Game Pass, baby. You know what I'm talking about. People who have Game Pass, you know what I'm talking about. Every time we turn around, there's another game in there that we just got to download and play. But talk about games people want to download and play. I saw on Twitter a certain Jason Schreier tweeted out about God of War Ragnarok. And he tweeted out basically, if you think that God of War Ragnarok is coming out in 2021, he's got a shiny bridge to sell you. Not only that. Oh, hold up. Not only that, but Doggy Dog has hit the super chat. Shout out to Doggy Dog. What is good, my brother? He says, Super Chat and Xbox Live works. Brother, it is a match made in heaven right there. Super Chat plus Xbox Live. Roll them all together with the next podcast. Shout out to you, Doggy. Thank you for the support, bro.
Give me your fucking money!
Wow. I'm done. I'm walking away from the mic right now. No, it seems that two of the heavy hitters that were supposed to drop in 2021 for the PlayStation 5, which is God of War Ragnarok and Gran Turismo 7, will not be coming out this year. It's funny, I think there was a YouTuber or two who might have been saying this from the beginning and trying to tell people to not get their hopes up. K-Mega, what do you think about this, man? And, I gotta know, where, I saw Jason Schreier, and when it came to Gran Turismo 7, I heard it from, I'm in DMs with PlayStation dudes on Twitter, and they're basically saying how it's not coming out. Do you know where this information came from, bro?
Where I first seen it, it was from Jason Schreier or Schreider. I don't know how you pronounce his name properly, but he has me blocked, so I had to get it from somewhere else, and I don't know if he was the first person to leak out that information, but I started seeing it going around the internet from other sources from the gaming media, and so therefore I was like, oh, and listen, I mean, there's been quite a few people that that's been saying that this wasn't going to happen. I mean, you included Bot for sure. And so it's just one of those things where, because as I looked at it, it was like if PlayStation does drop both games at the same time, then they might have a pretty strong lineup coming up here in the next 3 years. But for them to delay that game after they announced it as though that this game was going to be coming out this year would maybe mean that they don't have as many big heavy hitter bangers as people would call them to be coming out. Like I said.
They got Ratchet and Clank coming out. What else do they have coming out this year?
Returnal, Kena.
I was gonna say, I know they have second party deals. They have second party, which is basically,
well, they're trying to call Returnal like a AAA like shooter type game. I heard somebody say that.
Well, second party means their first party developers don't make it. It's a multi-plat.
Yeah. No, I know that part, but I don't know if because what Returnal reminds me of is a better looking version of Recore. It's just got a different. It's got like a little horror. No, and I love Recore. No, I'm just saying, it's a better looking version. If you look at the animations of how she moves, how she shoots, things like that, it reminds me of Recore. And if people want to say that it's a AAA or if it's not, I don't know. I don't care. It looks good. I'm not trying to knock the game at all. What I think is, I just don't know if that's like PlayStation's wheelhouse, because normally they like a different type of game. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't need a game like that. I'm just saying, for me, it looked like if that was presented on Xbox, that would have been scrutinized by PlayStation gamers, and then that also been like right up our alley, except for the horror element to it. But that's that game. Then they got Kena, that looks fantastic, and I'm trying to. And then of course they, I mean Ratchet and Clank. I mean,
so
they're going to have a lot of.
Their first party is
looking really sparse. Yeah,
it's really Ratchet and Clank. And real quick, shout out to Game Down Sites, because brother, I had your super chat here ready to read it, and then the chat just started scrolling. But when it came to Outriders, hold on, real quick.
Well done. My bad.
Real quick, Game Down Sites, he says, when it comes to Outriders, and I like what he says here, and it makes me think we might want to have him on the show sometime, because I like what he's saying here, how he describes this. He says, Gears, Mass Effect, looter shooter that feels fresh yet familiar. It has its lows, but nothing that can't be adjusted, and the highs far outweigh the lows. Shout out to you, brother, for hitting up that super chat. Appreciate that description, man. That is awesome. Let's see. Six Slayer said Gran Turismo always gets delayed. I'm indifferent to this news. It's not a big deal. Got to admit. No, well, here's the thing. And Sick, maybe you'll get into this conversation, and I'm gonna point it to K Mega, and then I'm gonna go down the board. Now, K Mega, with these delays, you remember kind of like what happened, in the beginning going into the middle of the PS4 era, right?
Yeah, right.
So many games got delayed, and they all of a sudden they were bunched up, and they were released later on, like one after another, and really within today's society, people don't have that long-term memory with stuff. It just drowned out all the delays. I remember, being on multiple shows and being like, Sony's first party, over 90% of the time they delay these games. They don't come out with the first release date or whatnot. Do you think this is a case of Sony still being Sony? Even
Yes.
when it's all said and done, you see all the games that came out, and a lot of them starting that kind of like that carousel. They were delayed games. Do you think that Sony hasn't changed here? That this is basically what they do? Do you think that they knew these games weren't coming out even before the information came out?
Absolutely, they knew that those games weren't coming out. And what was crazy is that even PlayStation gamers knew that that not all of those games were going to be coming out this year. But there were some that were still trying to give this impression that GT, Horizon Zero Dawn, or Forbidden West, and then God of War, Ratchet and Clank, and then whatever else that was going to be, you got Deathloop and other titles to all come out all within this year. And then what that meant is like, because when I was listening to some of these PlayStation guys, when they would say that, I was like, whoa, then PlayStation is going to have a crazy loaded 3 years. But yeah, this is just looking like what they were doing the last gen. And they're gonna string these games out as long as they possibly can. And if nobody calls it out, then it'll just be one of those moments where they'll just want people to have a short memory. I don't know. I think if Xbox starts getting the games rolling on their end once Halo drops, then I think that they'll bring up more discussion of like, well, why is these games not already ready to go on the Sony's end? But until we see what Xbox is going to do, that nobody's going to really say anything except for maybe you or me or a few others. But I mean, look, it's just what it is. I mean, this is just going to the main reason of why we've been saying this for so long. Third party is really the biggest draw overall. Yes, exclusives matter, but third party is what keep the train rolling, because they second and third party always keep it rolling because they have games that comes out all throughout the year that people are interested in. They just decide which console they want to play those games on.
Yeah. And when it comes down to it, third party is the majority of games that are in gamers' libraries. Let's be real.
Right.
You have a PlayStation, you have God of War and stuff like that, but you have all these other like third party, Ubisoft, Square, you go on and on, publishers that make multi-plat franchises, and those make up the majority of your library. I just the reason why we bring it up, and there's people in the chat saying that this happens all the time, it's nothing new. Like, people are absolutely touting that every single game that Sony was showing that was 2021, all those games were absolutely coming out in 2021.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying here is Sony knew those games weren't coming out. K-Mega, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a company not really say anything about games until they are closer to the release of these like exclusive games and whatnot, or would you rather have these companies put out these games, put out the information, trailers, stuff like that, and then constantly delay them, never have them come out exactly when the release date was first kind of like put out there to the public?
Yeah, no, that's it right there. What you said is that I'd rather have what how Phil has changed it. I know that there were people that were, oh man, I know Pred would always say that, and show me the game, show me the games. I'm tired of waiting, or I need to see when is this. Give me a date or something. But every time that we see it from Sony, is always there's Sony fans that gets disappointed because once they hear this, then there's a delay, and then there's usually another delay. And then sometimes for not all of the games, but for some of those games, especially some of the bigger ones, then here's another delay. And even The Last of Us. I mean, it's one of those things to me is like, look, if the game isn't ready, you already showed your hand. You already showed what the game is going to be like. You already got it in hype and anticipation. Let's just be honest with the gamers and let them know that, hey, man, that we want this game to be as right as it can be. And if we have to delay it 2 or 3, 4 times even, then that's fine. But you can't show God of War Ragnarok 2021 and then not get any type of, any type of backlash and then look crazy. It's like, well, it's just a delay. Why are you? Well, because you put 2021 behind that. Like you gave this impression that this was that.
That was guaranteed.
Yeah, that was guaranteed, which the only reason for that was because you wanted to get people to get excited to want to buy a PlayStation 5.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the sad thing about it is that, there's not enough PlayStation 5s out there for everybody who wants one. And so it kind of backfired on them. But other than that, like, I mean, just be real about it. I love what Phil is doing. Like, until the game is ready, do not do that, because he learned from Crackdown and he learned from, the Dragon game that shall not be named. That look, anything
Scalebound.
Shut your mouth. And so the
wound hurts,
things
doesn't
can happen. Oh my God, it hurts my heart to this day. It hurts my heart. Oh my God.
It's the truth.
Oh man, every time I hear that name, man, it just takes me back, man. It takes me back. Me back.
Real quick, shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell hitting up that super chat one more time. Thank you, brother, for the support. He says, given the current world situation, I am not surprised Sony started delaying games. 2020 should have affected all gaming development severely. On a side note, I am considering challenging someone now and not waiting. Oh.
Yeah! Come on.
All right. Well, I hear what you're saying about the situation, but what was the situation back in the middle of the last generation then? What was there was no COVID there. There was no quarantine. There was no nothing like that. And it just to me it looks like a mirror of the same thing. Now
got him.
I love that, by the way. Absolutely love that. But like I hate to say this, but there are going to be companies that will fall behind that as their quote-unquote reason for things, but it really isn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot there are going to be companies out there to be like, yeah, we wanted to push this out, but man, situation that's going on in the world. Well, just look at the consoles that were sold at the beginning of this new generation. There was a lot of talk about that, them not shipping out as much and all that stuff. And now all of a sudden, companies like Sony are saying that they outsold the PS4 with the PS5. Well, if we were in such a rough situation when it came to the state of the world, then how did they sell more? You see what I'm saying? If they were worried about how many consoles were coming off of the manufacturing line, how did they sell more? You see what I'm saying? They're companies are very opportunistic, and they will use what's going on in the world as a reasoning to possibly even like create more hype for their product. Be like, you better get it now. Oh man, it was really hard, manufacturing these. We only have so many and stuff like that. And in all actuality, they had plenty. All right, so let's just put it that way. But shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat. He says, hello, my Xbox friends. Sorry I haven't been around lately. been dealing with some things in the real world. I'll get back on soon. Keep playing that golf. So you're not going to join me tonight, is what you're saying, Sir X-Man. I don't have to work tomorrow.
He hurt your feels. That's what he did.
I am. There's a tear coming out.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
No, you don't want to do that. Yeah. Wow, you definitely don't. You don't
Hello,
pull from
darkness,
classic
smile.
songs. You do not pull from classic songs
You
at
can do
all.
it.
Oh my
Trust
God,
me, you
dude.
can
I
do
love
it.
that.
You just
I
got to
love
be
that.
quick about it.
You can
gotta
sample
be
at
quick about
least 30 seconds of a song.
Yes,
Yes, you
can.
you that right now. You can.
Yeah, because I did these same things
YouTube
on
is full of
GRG,
shit. YouTube is such full of shit when they take down videos that are only like 10 seconds of a song. They're completely full of shit. They can't do
YouTube
that.
almost
You can
stopped
actually
you from talking.
you can actually sue them for doing that. Actually, so I don't know why anybody hasn't done it, but you can sue them for doing
I
that.
can't afford
Probably
a lawyer.
money. yeah. So probably there's a lot. I mean, the bigger
A lot of money.
That's
Yeah.
probably why the
All right,
bigger.
Yeah.
no rabbit hole.
Yeah,
no
they got
rabbit
money,
hole.
and then like so. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of no rabbit hole, let's go to Crispy Bomb now. Crispy, I'm pretty sure you've heard it, especially being on multiple shows throughout the week. You heard PlayStation guys' excitement. Gran Turismo 7, God of War Ragnarok coming in the same year as Horizon Forbidden West and as Ratchet and Clank. Man, this is gonna be a huge year. And then all the second party deals with Deathloop and Kena and all those games. And now 2 of the big hitters are delayed out of 2021. What are your thoughts on this? And I got to ask you, same thing I asked K Mega. Does this seem to be the same Sony PlayStation kind of like strategy that we saw during like early to mid generation PS4?
So let's get third-party games that we, buy the rights to, or do whatever the fickle thing that we're gonna do. That they just throw it out there, especially in this state of play. I mean, you have 4 games that you announced basically for 2021, and you have shown 0. Final Fantasy 7. I mean, for some people, great, awesome, just amazing. For me, I'm like, why am I gonna buy this console? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm sorry. I don't understand why people
Crispy,
are ignoring.
According to people, the reason why you're going to buy this console is for a remaster of a PS3 game, for a game built on a PS4 game, like literally built on it, which is Miles Morales. You got Ratchet and Clank coming, which I believe there will be no delay on that one. That one's coming out. And the second party deals, like we said, with Deathloop, Kena, those games as well. But yeah, like when it comes to their first party, except for Ratchet and Clank, I mean the other games that we talk about, it's a remaster of a PS3 game. So basically, if you played the PS3 game, there's no new added content or anything. And you have a game that was developed very quickly because the structure, the foundation of Miles Morales is a PS4 title called Spider-Man. There you go.
Well, I mean, I think K Mega said it without words, so that's pretty funny. I will say this, and apparently we're going to state of mediocre. If Xbox did the exact same thing,
We're not going to state of mediocre. We're only doing the one before that. So I don't know why you're going into state of play already.
Yeah, don't.
Because K Mega talked about it for like 10 minutes.
No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't even talk about it at all.
Bruh.
Dude,
exactly what I was thinking.
Dude, it literally he just brought up state of play like 4 times already. Okay, so apparently that all these 4 games are coming out this year, right?
Well, they were supposed to. It was a certainty for some people.
Okay, so that's cool then. Right?
Okay.
So if Xbox does the same thing, is that cool then? Right?
Announces games.
They did it. They did it with Halo Infinite and what else?
Halo Infinite.
The Medium was one of them, I think, and then
It was delayed for how many months? Not years. How many months?
a couple months. Well,
Okay,
actually, a month actually.
So here's the one point I will make. If you're going to blame it on COVID, which many companies are doing right now, why did you release trailers for said 3 of the 4 games during COVID and act like you're going to release it next year? That's my problem. Why are you going to do that? Does that make sense? Okay? If you are going to blame COVID, you should not put a release date or a release year on anything at this point. And if God of War Ragnarok does not come out this year, there's a problem. If you put Horizon Forbidden West before that, what you did, and you showed gameplay in it, and you don't release it this year, there's a problem. I'm sorry. How in God's name are you going to do at least those 2 games that dirty? Oh wait, I've seen this before. It's called PlayStation's whole blueprint. They have released games 6 years later. Remember The Last Guardian? He released it 6 years later. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Oh, damn. Dropping that hashtag crispy truth. Shout out to Doggy Dog. Yo, that is exactly what I was thinking. Man. Yo, for real. That the Last Guardian kind of like comment at the end, just that was a sledgehammer. You just slammed that sucker down. Oh my goodness.
Everybody loved it, but then when they played it, they didn't love it. That's the funny part.
Yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up the super chat. He says, Xbot, get home at 11 your time. Golf? I think it's question mark. Dude, if I'm up, I am down, and I should be up. It's already 9:30 here, man. That's no problem. Dark, I don't know, man. Are you gonna be more? I'm interested to hear what you think about these delays here, man. Now I know racing is right up your alley. You absolutely love racing games. I believe you think that the Forza franchise is king of the hill and definitely not niche. But we got to talk about Gran Turismo 7, God of War Ragnarok being delayed. What do you think? How do you feel about this? And I got to ask you as well, is this just typical Sony now from what we've seen, throughout the years?
It's been typical Sony. It's
all right, K-Mac. You gotta let the man speak, bro.
yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
You could have spoke over it.
I'm not speaking over that bullshit. I'm not doing it.
He's not a yeller like me, bro. Like, you gotta understand.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Like, I honestly think to myself, this is what Sony's been doing for years now. Years. It doesn't surprise me that they're delaying more games into 2022. Of course, I knew God of War wasn't coming this year. I knew it. I even called bullshit on 2021. I was like, bullshit, that ain't coming in 2021. There's no fucking way it's coming in 2021. They didn't show a trailer. They didn't show nothing.
They showed.
I knew it wasn't coming. They showed a little bit of a like it just coming in like
they slapped your ass and said, "Hey, come on, boy, go to PS5, let's go."
No, they didn't. They didn't at all. They didn't do that to me. They might have done that with all the other fucking little Sony
Dark got a
fanboys out
PS5
there.
because he couldn't get a Series X. Let's be real.
No,
I
I got
know
a
that.
PS.
I know.
I got a PS5 because I don't give a fuck about having. I don't. I'm not one of those gamers. I like having it all. Okay, I like having a PlayStation. I like having an Xbox. I like having a Switch. I don't give a fuck. And guess what? The fucking companies don't give a fuck about us. So I don't even know where you're coming at with the whole fucking I got a PlayStation before because I couldn't get an Xbox, dude. That has no relevance to me
Dark,
at
why are you
all.
sounding cranky right now? You sound a little cranky.
Because dude, I'm sick and tired of hearing that from people. They're saying,
Oh
"Oh,
my
well,
god, he on
you
X Games mode.
you get this because of this, or you're getting a PlayStation because of this, or you're playing on Xbox because of this." And it's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I want to play my games where I want to play them, whenever I want to play them.
Hey,
And guess what?
Dark, you don't
If
remember
I'm
telling us that you wanted the Series X first, but
yeah,
you,
I
you
do.
were,
I
you
do
were
want the
able,
Series X.
You wanted it first, but you were only able to get the PS5.
Right. Yeah, but here's the thing. I got a PS5 and I'm not gonna dog on it because that's not the kind of gamer I am. You guys just sit here and fucking dog on every fucking thing that you see coming out of fucking Sony and PlayStation.
No, I liked
I'm
Resogun.
not gonna do
Whoa,
that.
whoa, whoa! I
Resogun was
just
great.
tried.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, I think it's bullshit that they are coming out with these games.
He's gonna sit there and tap his
In
foot and be
2022.
happy. It's okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna fucking be happy because it's not. It's not being.
Well, you
happy,
gotta
dude.
call him out, dude. Like
I
dude,
am.
That's the
I'm
only
trying
thing
to
you
fucking
have.
call him out right now, but you're fucking talking over me, dude. Jesus fucking Christ! Let me fucking finish what I'm gonna fucking say before you fucking talk over me,
I got
dude.
him
Wow,
angry. Yes.
F-bombs are
Jesus.
everywhere,
Yes.
guys. Can we get a thumbs up
Like,
for each
you just-
F-bomb that was dropped right there?
That's the thing about every time we get on a fucking podcast, people are don't let me fucking finish what I'm trying to say, and then guess what? Things get convoluted and they get taken out of fucking context every goddamn time, dude. And you guys act like I hate Xbox. I don't hate Xbox. I don't. I don't hate PlayStation. I don't hate any company. Why would I hate any company? That makes no fucking sense at all. That makes no sense. But them delaying these games, I knew it was going to happen. And I guarantee you, probably Horizon Zero Dawn isn't going to come out this year. They haven't said anything about it. They haven't talked about it. They haven't said nothing. And guess what? That's fine. It's okay. Whatever. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do because you know why? People there's too many Sony fanboys out there who will buy into this bullshit. They'll just buy into it. That's what happens. And it's just we live in a day and age where there's going to be fucking delays for everything. There's been delays. There was delays for Outrider. Outrider's got a 1 month delay. That's not an exclusive to PlayStation. That's on Xbox and PlayStation and other, devices. So everything gets delayed nowadays. I don't know why it's such a big deal if something gets delayed into the next year.
Brother.
I get it because it is something to go against the PlayStation guys or whatever because they dog on you guys about playing on Xbox. I get that. But
it's not even
at
about
the end of the day,
it's
does
not
it
even,
really matter?
Hold on, dark. It's first off, it's not even about that. The whole thing was Sony has a trend. Sony has this trend that
but
has
they've
been
had
going
that trend for years.
that has
dude.
been going on, right? Now, but when they show
What makes you think it's gonna be any different?
when they show a quick teaser trailer of God of War with just like the name and stuff like that, and they're like 2021. Like, I mean, what I'm saying is they knew that game wasn't coming out, and I think everybody else on the panel, kind of insinuated this, and I agree with it as well. They knew it wasn't coming out, but they wanted to hype up the demographic and they wanted to sell more consoles, so they made it look like it was coming out in 2021, even though they didn't. They had no idea. They well, not that they had no idea. They absolutely knew it wasn't coming out in 2021.
Oh yeah, of course. That's their spiel. That's part of their business. That's part of their whole business plan, dude. Is to do that. But yet, granted, yes, it does get people excited for the games. Yeah, and it does get people upset because these games, we don't know when these games are coming. We have Returnal in April. We have 2 months before we see another PlayStation game. We have 2 months. Think about that. And we had Destruction All Stars, which is a piece of shit. Like anybody who's hyping that game
man. That game
is
looks
full
fun.
of crap.
That game
Try
looks fun.
I could see probably where you think it would be fun, dude, but honestly, it's not.
Honestly, no.
It's
no.
just honestly no. And it's like I'm really upset at the fact that we're waiting months. I mean, we have never I've never had it where I've had to wait December. Well, not December because in December we actually had some games. January, February, March, and almost the end of April. Well, actually, I think Outriders comes out the 19th, maybe somewhere on there. I think. But we have to wait almost 4 fucking months for new games. Are you kidding me? And most people are playing on a freaking Xbox or PlayStation 4. Like, what the fuck is that about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that about? Like, why can't we get freaking more games? Like, what is going on? Don't tell me it's the fucking pandemic, because you've been coming out with games during the pandemic this whole time, and you can't. Don't tell me that, because I don't think that's the case. I think they're just. I don't know what they're doing.
Apparently,
Honestly.
Ubisoft is pandemic proof. That's what I think.
Oh, that's a great point.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, because guess what? They delayed freaking Far Cry 6 until God knows when.
Because that's the one that they're trying to make next gen. That's the way I look at it.
You think that's what it is? Is that they're trying to make it next gen? Like,
yes, because there's not enough.
Mm.
There's not enough next gen titles.
I could see that. I could see what you're talking about with that, because they are one of those companies that do kind of drop off the older gens before a lot of the other companies do. So I could see that, actually.
Because Division 2 all of a sudden just came up out of nowhere again, and just like, hey, we're here, and a lot of people have beaten and love Valhalla, and you got that there, and then Watch Dogs. I mean, even Bot was enjoying the game. You know what I mean? So they've released good games, and they've released it cross-gen, but at some point you got to say, well, you know what? This game could really work better if we have a little bit of upgrades. You know what I mean? And you've seen it just in what we've seen in the past couple months. Both consoles are capable of bringing upgrades to games. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
that's the whole point. It's weird that Xbox is the only one touting it, even though PlayStation has kind of done it nonchalant. And it's like, maybe you should bring that up a little more. You know what I mean?
I just think first off, anybody out there at the beginning when they saw like the 2021 games on the PS5 or whatnot, anybody who thought all those games were going to drop in 2021, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys, because then it's like, well, what are they doing for 2022?
Yeah, exactly.
They only have so many first-party studios, and they just dropped The Last of Us, not too long ago. Development cycle. Ghost of Tsushima. And then you look at development cycles, right? 3 to 4 years to develop a game, and it's like, well, if they threw all those out there at that point in time, they would really not have a lot for 2022. And you look at their second party deals, and it's like, how many games are you trying to pile up into 1 year? Like, I just didn't see them doing that. And from what I'm hearing, when it comes to two major titles, it just seems like Sony is doing what they did last generation as well. But shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell hitting up that super chat one more time. Thank you, brother. He says, point taken. I take my L on this subject. Don't want to be taken as a member of the Sony Defense Force. Yo, shout out to you, brother. But yeah, no, like when it comes to, well, yeah, you know, situation COVID and stuff, I'm like, yeah. And I think Crispy brought up a great point about Ubisoft being COVID proof. They must have had the vaccine and injected it into their game development, you know, before anything else. But shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat, brother. Thank you so much. He says, we still haven't gotten Splinter Cell from Ubisoft. Yo, I appreciate the super chat, but why are you bringing that up, sir? So many people want to Splinter Cell.
I doubt we ever will, honestly.
It literally brings a tear to my eye, man, that, you know, we cannot get a Splinter Cell. But I was hearing rumblings of, like, original Splinter Cell remake or remaster or something like that. I heard that at some point in time recently. I just forget where. But I don't know. All in all, guys, I feel like Sony is back at it again. You know, when they came out and showed Nathan Drake with Uncharted, and then all of a sudden that game didn't come out for how long afterwards? Uncharted was delayed like 4 times. You look at the first party titles from the PS4 for the entire generation, and I can guarantee their percentage of how many of their first party games that were delayed are incredibly high. So
they don't care. They're going to release on PC.
Yeah, well that is a great segue, bro. Great segue, because Days Gone is going to be PC. Not only that, Days Gone and other Sony titles will be going to PC in 2021. Now, it's funny because I've seen people talking about this saying, well, this is really good because now Sony's going to make money and they're going to get, you know, people playing PlayStation games that don't have a PlayStation. And I'm thinking to myself, didn't Xbox really do that same exact thing how many years ago? And people were grabbing their pitchforks, lighting their torches. They were calling for Phil Spencer's resignation as like the head of Xbox and all that stuff. And now all of a sudden, Sony's like, yeah, we're going to bring more games over to PC. We're going to bring our first party over to PC. And people are like, yo, that is a great idea. Dark, what do you think, man? Days Gone is coming to PC. More PlayStation titles will be coming to PC in 2021. Did you see the writing on the wall? Did you see that this is where Sony was going? What are your thoughts on this, bro?
It's good from a business standpoint, dude. I mean, even when Xbox said they were going to put their games on PC, I was just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, it does. Like, why not put those games, you know, into a broader, you know, because not everybody's going to buy an Xbox. Not everybody's going to buy a PlayStation. But also not everybody's going to buy a PC, you know, or build a PC, you know. So, I mean, like, those games are gonna, you know, they're gonna sell quite well on, you know, PC. And that's the thing. Like, I saw so many people on Twitter, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm jumping ship now." You know, I'm not supporting PlayStation anymore, and I'm just like,
dude, some of the tweets, oh my goodness,
dude,
man.
it was on both sides. I mean, it was both. They do it when Xbox does that, when they put their games on they did it when Xbox put their games on PC. It's like you guys got to realize they don't give a fuck about us. All they care about is the money. That's it.
Money,
They don't They don't care about anything else. All they care about is just, the bottom dollar. And guess what? They're gonna put their games where they want to put them, and there's nothing you can say or do that's gonna change it.
But didn't Jim Ryan say that, like, when it came to exclusives and stuff like that, like didn't he try to tell the Sony community, don't worry about it, it's not gonna happen?
That's how they get the Sony community to believe the bullshit, dude. That's what they do. That's business. Like, that's how they get people to believe stuff. They get people excited for things.
It was at this
that's
moment that he knew he fucked up.
They just know that they do things just to get people excited. That's it. That's all they do. And the game going to PC, like, that shouldn't matter for anybody. Like, at all. Like, people should just be, playing their games. If you haven't bought a PC by now or built a PC by now, you are not going to build a PC or buy a PC. You are probably just going to stick with PlayStation, or you're going to stick with Xbox, especially if you're a console gamer. Like, you're not going to go and build a PC and think to yourself, oh yeah, I'm going to get all this great stuff. When in actuality, you're going to have to pay so much more money than what you actually think you're going to have to pay to get the best quality that you can possibly get out of a PC. So, you're going to stick to playing on PlayStation, and guess what? You're going to have your exclusives for however long, a year, 6 months, or even a month or something like that. But you're still going to be able to play the game. I don't understand that. Like, you're still going to play the game. What does it matter at that point? Like, especially since this game's been out for what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. But, dude, I see them. Is it just me, and this is for Dark and the rest of the panel, is it just me, or do I see them creeping closer and closer in terms of how long the game has been out? All of a sudden, it's 2 years, but before it was like 3 years, and before that, like, it seems like they're getting closer and closer to releasing it in a relatively close window to when these games, come out on the console itself. Do you guys see that coming here?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. It's inevitable.
Well, you have to realize, I already said this when they rebranded to PlayStation Studios. I already said this. They're going that route. They are trying to make money off of their development. That's it. That's what they're trying to make money off of. It's just like what Xbox is doing for a while. They're trying to make money off development. And the only difference is that PC is like in the blood of Microsoft, and PC in PlayStation is like, well, we didn't care until now. And that's kind of sucks, because they're few and far between and far behind. And when you're already releasing games like Master Chief Collection on Steam and stuff like that, I'm sorry, dude. There was enough of engagement for Microsoft to be like, oh, we should keep doing this. And while PlayStation's like, well, now we're gonna release Horizon Zero Dawn, and oh yeah, every PC gamer's like, dude, this is bad. This is not good. Like, as soon as they downloaded it, it was like, yo, I'm good. I'm good for a while. And I'm not saying that the game itself is bad. What I'm saying is that the experience was bad. And us as Xbox gamers have felt that many times. Like, why did you do this? Or why did you change this? Or why did you do that? But everybody's always going to have some kind of hate. And then you're going to have the other 100,000 people that are like, well, I actually like this, and I actually think it's good. And that's the whole point. You're on a different platform now. So if you sell enough, people are, the executives the big wigs are going to be happy, and they're going to be like, "Oh, you sold it, great." Oh well, we don't look at Twitter. We don't care about anything that anybody says. You sold it, good for you. And then you give him a little pat on the back, and you say, "Yeah, keep going." And that's what Jim Ryan just got. Because I'll tell you right now, it's sold decently on PC. Horizon Zero Dawn. Problem is, it didn't play well. You know what I mean? And
well, my experience with Horizon Zero Dawn, and I think this caters into the PC space. Horizon Zero Dawn is a very, very pretty game. It's a beautiful game. Once you get past the beauty of it, at least in my case, and I'm just speaking, from my experience. Once you get past the beauty in it, the game is very monotonous, very methodical, very slow, in my opinion, and it just really took me out of wanting to beat it. When I streamed it, when I first started playing it, and you can hear it in my voice, I was like, wow, that's beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. But the gameplay element underneath it just really didn't keep me interested in the game. And I think that goes I think that goes good with I think that goes really good with PC because PC gamers, especially ones that have, they're rigged out. You know what I'm saying? They're used to games looking absolutely incredible. They need something else other than the aesthetics of the game to keep them engaged and keep them constantly playing it. And I know, at least in my experience, that's where Horizon Zero Dawn fell short.
Well, and you know what? I will say this. For me, as being an Xbox gamer, since 360, 2008, that's when I became an Xbox gamer. Gameplay is king for me. It is not visuals, okay? Because visuals for my entire life have been trash. From what I see now, it is trash. So it's always been gameplay is king. And if the gameplay engages me, I enjoy the hell out of it. Because there are updates now, especially nowadays. You can update a game to make it look better. And that's actually easier than putting the code in to making the gameplay better. If the gameplay is good, but the visuals suck, you could actually make the visuals look better. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's appropriate or it should be just thrown to the side. But when I'm engaged in the gameplay because I've already been playing the game and the visuals are kind of lackluster or just, not what I expected, the gameplay still grabs me and still I enjoy the game itself. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you get 4K 60 or something like that." And I'm like, "Oh, what?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, I already enjoy the game. I already play it. You're going to do that for me for free? And that's the problem I have. A lot of things you get on Xbox is for free. Or if you're a part of Game Pass, which is a $14 a month, Netflix subscription, the way I like to look at it. So why not? At the same time, I hear constantly, "Oh, we're going to upgrade this." They don't give a price point. They don't do this. They're saying, "We're going to upgrade this." Okay, so, how's this going to work? I mean, are you just giving it to us? Because, Xbox is pretty good about being like, "Hey, if you're a Game Pass subscriber, you get it for free." They're pretty good about that. Yes, we're paying for it, but we've already been paying for it. So we get it for free. That's the way I look at it. I just it's little nuances that I feel like we're going down a rabbit hole that you can never go back from, because you got PlayStation still kind of doing their same old thing, except they're like, oh, we're going to PC now. Okay. Well, Xbox has been doing that for a while. So what are you telling us different? And unfortunately, I will say this, and I'm going to say this until the end of time. We are getting into a point where us, older, get 30 plus. If you are 30 years old plus, you are used to at least having single player. Me, I've moved on from it. I actually enjoy talking to people more and stuff. But at some point, you're going to see these younger gamers take over the market. And you can see it in Fortnite. You can see it in a lot of games that are truly full-on multiplayer, the engagement level they have. And you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, I'm not getting my single-player games anymore. Well, you got to move on from it. I'm sorry.
Yo, real quick, our brother Albert in the chat, brother, you had to reach really deep into that bag for Dr. Disrespect. You're gonna go all the way back to when Dr. Disrespect played Gears as deflecting in the chat tonight. It's been a little crazy.
People are gonna bring up Gears as usual. I mean, Gears is the first thing they go to.
All right, well, K-Mega, what do you think about this? Sony seems to be embracing the PC master race. They're going ahead with Days Gone, also saying more titles, more PlayStation first party going to PC in 2021 as well. Are you one of the people that called this out, saying that this was going to happen? And what do you think about the reaction from that hardcore PlayStation community, bro?
I'm about to bring it.
Oh no. You just made Sir X-Man very happy, by the way.
That's kind of like a 9 mil, I think.
Bro, it's this is the reality of it. I and I appreciate when Rand he said what he said, but he said it in 2019. But you was there. People that listen to the multiplayer podcast back in 2017, back in 2016 even, I was saying this. I'm not saying that I was the first one to say this. I'm saying that I was saying this back then, that Sony was going to start putting more games out in the spaces. Well, in 20 when Game Pass first came out, when Game Pass come out, 2018, 2017, 2018, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, but when games came on PC, when the first games that went from Xbox to PC, that was like in 2016, right? Like I said, that was like 2016.
I know Quantum Break.
Yeah. Like that's what started the whole story, like the whole exclusive talk, right? And I said, listen, and I said, and many others said this as well. It was really smart for Microsoft to do that, especially in the position that they were in with the Xbox One. If everybody wants to talk about the sales aspect of it and all of this and all of that, then it makes a lot of sense for Microsoft for saying, look, if you put these games on PC, it'll gain more revenue, and on top of that, it could give the potential of some of these games to come back as sequels. I remember saying that. Now, of course, we're not going to get a Sunset Overdrive. That's done. But there's still opportunity for Killer Instinct, for Recore, for Quantum Break. There's and for Rise. Those games, it's in limbo maybe, but those games have opportunities. But the one thing that you started seeing was, like, especially when Sea of Thieves dropped, and when State of Decay 2 dropped. Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. These games over here getting a lot of love on the PC side. But, it's supposed to be the cracking is lacking, and nobody cares about those cartoon-looking games, and nobody, and it just, Xbox just doesn't bring out, they just bring failure, content, and even PC gamers don't want them. PlayStation would never do that. I remember being on the multiplayer podcast, and I remember it's plain as day. It will never leave me, because I thought it was the craziest thing I ever heard from anybody. I'm not going to say no names, but I was like, wait a minute, hold on. You said what? And he said, I will stop buying Sony. I will quit gaming if Sony put their games on the PC. If Sony exclusives start going over to the PC, I'm going to stop gaming, or I'll never buy another one again. I'll never PlayStation again. Then when we started to see that they were starting to slowly go that direction with third party and second party, well, not to say third party, but the second party games that were exclusive only to PlayStation, I started calling that out. I started posting that stuff on Twitter and on Facebook and other places. And they were, oh, you just don't care. Those games will never give blah, blah. Okay. So right here, if this particular game has only been on PlayStation and they decide, and they put those on PC, and if those games sell well on PC, you don't think Sony's going to look and say, you know what? Might want to get a little bit of that loot. And sure enough, what happened? There goes what was it? Horizon Zero Dawn. And what and what the thing, and then you had people that were Xbox gamers at the particular time that was all up in arms about Quantum Break. Oh my God, I can't believe Phil made this mistake. You can't do that. You're ripping off the community by sending these games out to the PC community. You're killing us. Now we're hearing those same people today saying what we were saying years ago about it's a smart business decision.
Yo, for real.
So they're saying the same things. Like, I don't know if it's like these people's brains just go from, you know what I'm saying, from like, I remember this, and the next thing you know, their brains just go from the we'll be right back sound. I don't know. They just bail out. Like, they just bail out and act like that nobody don't have the receipts or remember what the hell that they were saying and doing back then. And now it's all good. The media was blasting Microsoft. The media was going ape shit about. It was crazy what was going on. Like, I'm like, how is this? It's a good thing. I thought, how is this taken away from the console? If you know what I'm saying, if people are buying games off of a PC, if they don't get that on PlayStation or Nintendo. And then it made some Xbox gamers nervous when you start seeing Ori and Cuphead start going over to Nintendo and PlayStation, and people's like, here it comes, they're about to give it up. But the only thing that happened was that
was MLB The Show is releasing on Xbox.
Exactly, and something that you said years ago, Bot, here on this show, you said it is really funny to me, but if you ask me, it seems like every time that Xbox does something, Sony decides to want to do the same thing later on, and then it gets praised. You said that. And look at what the hell is going on right now. It is insane to me how any PlayStation diehard fan can get on can make a video, can get in a podcast, can get anywhere and come, and the words coming out their mouth when they were all about it's exclusive this, exclusive that, this is what it's all about. PlayStation is holding their ground. To now come out and say it's good for business? Bro, well, you're frauding the public. You're embarrassing yourself.
Well, K-Mega, real quick. Now, first off, I want to shout out the Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell hitting up that super chat again, brother. Thank you so much. He said K-Mega reminded me of the lack of Quantum Break sequel, and brother, I feel you on that. Oh man, okay. No, K-Mega, you know what the thing is now. All right, now we heard what was said before, and you said that there was a gamer out there. If Sony brings their exclusives to PC, they are not even buying another system. They're going to quit gaming. First off, I'm wondering if they actually followed through with that at all.
No, they're still there. And when the show was the first thing that really dropped. Like, that was like that hit a lot of guys in the fields. That had them really going crazy.
That's
right. It's not, and it plays good. It plays good on Xbox. Did you get a chance to play that demo?
It wouldn't let me when I tried, but I still have a couple days, man.
Feels good. Feels real good. Feels good on Xbox. But when they said I'm not going to buy another another PlayStation again, if they do this, I'm just going to go strictly PC. And then I'm looking and I'm like, well, where's that PC you was talking about? And then they're still telling PlayStation. And you know what? The first thing I thought was this.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
What are you doing? So if you're going to come out and make these type of pleas, then keep that same energy. If you were clowning Xbox and Xbox gamers, then you need to be clowning PlayStation and PlayStation gamers. Now, some went way overboard. They went like crazy. And those people I don't even think are gamers. I think they just absolutely just wanted to do shock and all type of shit just to get attention. But if you know what I'm saying, if you're going to try to make a point that Xbox is over here trying to diminish the console, then what do you think PlayStation is doing right now? And from your standards, from what you're saying, from your own words,
K-Mega,
to me,
the narrative had changed. It now changed to, well, it's not going there day and date. So
they started that shit. Listen, like you said earlier in the show, it's getting closer and closer and closer. First, it was 2 years, 3 Days Gone's been out for what? About a year and a half, 2 years, somewhere around there. About 2 years. About 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years.
About 2 years. You know what? I'm going to tell you what's going to change everything about the whole date and all that. When God of War and The Last of Us 2 hit PC, all of that shit's going to go out the window because there are going to still be some that's going to start trying to hold strong, hold the line, hold or. Like, you know, it's still not day and date, but I guarantee you when God of War bring its sexy ass over there to that PC and them PC geniuses get a hold and doing all types of good stuff and modding those games into whatever they want to, it's going to drive those stands out of their minds. Mm-hmm. And when they do that to as well as The Last of Us 2, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I'm staying off of Twitter.
Bro, and then all bets are off then because you know what? It's not going to be. There's, like I said, there'll still be some that'll say, well, at least this game is 2 years or whatever. It's God of War. It's The Last of Us. Ghost of Tsushima. Those games hit the PC, it is going to be bananas. I'm going to sit back with my popcorn. I'm going to enjoy the festivities because it's going to be the PC community going ham on every PlayStation fan that ever dared open their mouth to try to make their console feel like it's more superior than a PC. And listen, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's ignorance all the way around. I mean, it's all about money at the end of the day, like Otter said. But what is the most important is that, like, look, if Sony didn't need this money, they wouldn't. I guarantee you, they wouldn't do it because that's been their niche, that's been their strong suit, that's been their the biggest talking point amongst the gaming community since they started that stuff. But obviously, something is up over there with Sony to where they need this extra revenue, and they have been telling people. Even Sean Layton, before he left, he told the PlayStation community that, look, these games cost way more than people expect. They're the big AAA bangers that people want and love. They cost so much money. They're big budget film money, games like this. It's crazy how much money that they spend into this. And on top of that, my last point, what do you think about the actors and actresses that play in these games? Do you think that they take a pay cut when they do a sequel? Or do you think it's going to be like everything else, like when you see Robert Downey Jr.?
They make more.
They make more.
Yeah.
They demand more, especially with if that game looks so. You can brag about, God of War sold 20 million, bro. God, son, it's going, man. And you know what? So those agents for those actors and actresses is looking at the same thing. Yeah, man, y'all sold 20 million. You know what? I think you need to bump my money up to so enough. And you know how gamers are. You can't just change a beloved voice character. Or actor, saying just right out the blue like that. Look at what happened with Metal Gear Solid. So it's one of those things to me where people have to start being realistic. Amy Hennig said this with Mark Cerny in an interview where they made it clear it's going to cost so much money for people to make these type of big budget games. And Sony is not in the Google, Amazon, or Microsoft money category. They make good money, but they ain't making money like that. And they have to do everything possible to give the gamers what they want. So why not support it and just be all for it and just stop making stupid narratives?
But also to your point there, Mega, a lot of these gamers are like, well, we don't want microtransactions, we don't want loot boxes in our games. Well, how do you think they're going to make up that money? Putting their fucking games on PC. That's how they're going to make their money back.
Facts. And that's what I'm saying. Microsoft was already ahead of the curve, right? Like they thought it was giving up. So you saying Sony is giving up now? So like it makes no sense. It's logical. It's smart. It's exactly what you want to. It's exactly what you want to see. And then in this time where gaming is the industry is. I said this as well years ago, and you guys heard me say it. The industry is changing right before our eyes. You're either going to be you can be in this same spot, you can be the Barney Rubbles of the gaming community, but you're going to get ran over and get left behind because they're not going to stay and wait for you to keep discs, to keep making single player experiences without any damn downloads or patches, or there won't be games without delays because it's going to happen. It is just what the nature of the beast is now. And if you keep asking and demanding more of your consoles, your games, and the companies that does these things, then they're going to have to get more out of you. It's just the reality.
Wow. That, again, this is something that I've been trying to say on Xbox's side as well. First off, I consider PC its own different entity. It's an open platform. You heard K Mega talk about people modding and actual games and stuff like that. You've seen it with like GTA 5 where they put like the Avengers in there, and then they have their own kind of like move list and stuff like that. That open platform, games on that. To me, it's not the same as games on console. All right, which is why I was never one of those people like, this game needs to stay on console here and there and not go to PC. I look at PC as something totally different. It's a device that can do a bunch of things, including play games. To me, that's a completely different category. And if these companies can put their game on this completely different entity and still create revenue that will go back into making more games, why would you be upset about that?
Exactly.
And I know people do get upset. They're like, well, it should only be on my preferred piece of plastic. So this way, when I'm out there on social media, I can talk about this game, and no other person except for somebody who bought their ticket to the show and bought my favorite piece of plastic can enjoy it. And the industry's moving away from that. You'll still have exclusives, console exclusives. You'll still have games that are only on Xbox, only on PlayStation, and of course only on Nintendo. But when it comes to that other platform, man, like PC gamers, they're gonna rake it in. And of course, they have to maintain the games themselves. They have to update the drivers. There's a lot. There's a lot of downside to PC gaming as well.
But also with PC gamers, they don't buy into Game Pass. They don't buy into these services. They buy the games. They don't go into services and do all that bullshit. They go and buy the games off of Steam if they have them on Steam, and that's about it. I mean, and I saw Albert G made some point about fucking Game Pass. PC gamers don't give a shit about that stuff. They don't. They're gonna go and they're gonna buy their games on Steam or wherever they can buy it. Period.
If gamers didn't give a damn about Game Pass, Xbox wouldn't be putting more games on Game Pass. There wouldn't be more game. There wouldn't be EA and Ubisoft, most likely, if that rumor is true. And like a game that just came out that was already popular and sold well, like Dirt 5. Those developers and studios wouldn't be investing in putting their games in the Game Pass if nobody gave a damn about it. It's like it's the only reason why you're saying that now is because PlayStation doesn't have that same type of model. But again, we've seen
I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
Track record. They're going to be doing probably the same thing.
I'm saying it because PC gamers, that's not how they think, dude. They don't want to play on a service. Yeah, they might do it for a month because they get it for $1 or whatever, but they're not gonna put their money towards a service. They're gonna put their money towards
doesn't give
buying.
I don't believe that too much.
Listen,
either.
If the service does not give
much.
them the master file to the point where they can mod and stuff like that, they will not be down for that service.
Exactly.
I think that's a percentage of PC gamers. I think for the most part, it's just like the same thing when everybody.
It's majority of PC gamers. Dude.
Okay. You say that, right? Okay, but it was the same thing like when people said nobody would deal with Epic Games. Remember, nobody would be there because it's all about Steam. And then what happened with that? Like
they're doing it because Epic Games is buying exclusivity to
but hold on.
games.
Let me make this point though. Is that
PCMR, motherfuckers?
Right, like that's what I'm saying. Like everybody thinks when they talk about PC, it's like everybody must have a you know what I'm saying, the 3080 inside their boxes. When that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's only like 1, 2, 3, 5%. You know what I'm saying? So you telling me that a person that has a 1080p, because just last gen it was like 720 was the main PC gamer specs. So you mean to tell me that they wouldn't want to try to get to play games off of a service? Then why Nvidia's doing their service?
They want to own their games and mod these games into something, you know. They like to use mods.
There's 700 million PC gamers out there. Not all of them are like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm
majority
sure
of them are.
I'm sure of it.
Majority like using mods, dude.
Oh no, I'm not saying that they don't like mods.
There's something about having the master file to a game in the PC gamer space. Now, I'm not saying all PC gamers are like that. You know, there's people in the chat saying that majority of PC gamers are like Facebook gamers, stuff like that. You know, the smaller
Can't you just
titles.
Agree with me, bot. Damn it. God damn it, dude.
But for the hardcore gamer that's on PC, you know, not that casual group, which of course the numbers are definitely higher than the hardcore. That's why the hardcore is hardcore. Casual's called casual. They have a larger number on the casual side. But for the hardcore, the people who will buy the Days Gone, the people who will buy or play, you know, God of War, stuff like that, those types of gamers, that hardcore PC gamer is master file or I am out. I definitely agree that when it comes to subscription,
but they're the minority though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
But the majority are the people who play like Bubble Witch Saga and stuff like that as well.
Oh, come on, guys. Okay, all right.
Fart night. Everybody forgets Fart night.
The majority of PC gamers play like battle royale games. Battle royale games,
PUBG, they're all on PC.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
my God.
Escape from Tarkov. They play that type of stuff, dude. They do survival games like Valheim and stuff like that. That's what they play.
What's
the
common element? What's the common element with those?
They're survival or they're multiplayer.
They are multiplayer.
They're multiplayer.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I have a feeling, you know, since more games are going to be coming out in 2021, I have a feeling we are going to touch on this subject again. But I got to hear you guys because I was at work. I did not get a chance to see the state of play.
You said you were watching it earlier. What the hell?
I said I tried to watch it, but I couldn't log into Xbox Live. You cracker. What
the hell does that have to do with Xbox Live? It's on YouTube.
It has everything to do with Xbox Live, you cracker.
Dude, only I can do that on this show.
He can call me a cracker. It's fine.
Fine.
I snapped a little quick.
But no, because my PC.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Wow. I'm gonna give it a moment of silence. I don't even want to talk after that.
Oh, that was the best one tonight, dude. That was the
Oh, Jesus, dark,
Fucking
man. You
mega,
hurt
dude.
my ears, bro.
My bad, bro.
But like I was saying, I'm using my computer for the show, so I don't want to have. I only have one screen. I'm not a dual screen person like some people out there or whatnot. So I was gonna go on Xbox and sign in and watch it on YouTube. As
You
the show
have
is
a
going on.
4K TV, correct?
Yes.
You also have an app because you have a 4K TV. It's not possible that you don't.
I don't have my TV plugged into the internet or on Wi-Fi, sir.
Well, there you go. That's your problem.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. But you guys got to let me know what the state of play was all about. Who wants to take this first and paint a picture for me?
I'll go first, and then Crispy can go, and then probably
and then he'll just destroy everything you just said. But go ahead.
Probably. No, honestly, dude, you don't even have to watch the state of play because you've already seen all the games. You've already seen them all. You've seen them all.
No surprises.
You've seen them all.
No surprises.
No surprises. The only one that was kind of a surprise was Sifu, and that was like a martial arts game. It looked kind of cool. I mean, the art style was kind of like.
I'm like,
no Sifu. It looks cool, it looks cool, but I mean, is it something that I'm gonna play? I don't know. I don't know. They gave us. I mean, luckily they gave us a release date for Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Of course, it's delayed until August. So, I mean, clearly we're not gonna see that until August sometime, and then,
clearly we're not gonna see it till November
sucks.
then.
Probably. I mean, things get delayed around here. And then they showed off Deathloop and again they showed off of Returnal again.
Wow.
They showed off what's that? Soulstorm again. Oddworld Soulstorm. They showed off
I'm a big Oddworld fan, so
they showed what's that game? Ratchet, not Ratchet and Clank, but Crash Bandicoot 4. They showed that. It's coming to PS5. Okay, yeah, great. They showed Solar Ash again, but they had more gameplay. I mean, yeah, okay.
Hold on, Crash
whatever,
Bandicoot. The one that came out on PS4.
Yeah, the one that came out on PS4.
Are they charging? Are they charging people again?
No,
okay.
They're not going to charge you to upgrade. They also showed Final Fantasy VII remake integrated or something like that, and it's like DLC for Final Fantasy VII remake, but it's like, okay,
that was their showpiece, that.
That was the end. That was their showpiece, and then they said that if you already own the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII remake, you'll get the PS5 upgraded version when that releases in June. So I mean, they set some release dates for some things, but most of the stuff we've already seen. It honestly, dude, it was a bad show, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't anything new. There wasn't really anything to be excited about. I mean, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, I'm already been excited for that game.
Good.
And I'm excited that it's coming out in August. I mean, like you said, we'll probably won't see it until November, but that's the nature of the beast. And honestly, dude, if I was gonna grade this damn show, honestly, I'd probably give it a 5. To be honest, to be completely honest, a 5.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10.
Okay.
The only real excitement I had was the Kenna Bridge of Spirits, and I've already seen it, and I get a release date, and I don't even know if that's gonna happen. So it's
Did
like,
they show
okay.
anything new with Kenna, or
They showed some gameplay. I mean, they did. They didn't. it didn't. I mean, it's not what you haven't already seen, though. You know, like how the combat works. You know how how it looks. It's nothing like too exciting that you're like, oh man, you get all giddy for it. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. We got a release date, and that was it. It's just they kind of showed off gameplay of stuff, which was good. I mean, that's good that they did that for games, but at the same time, like they almost wasted a whole half hour for games we already know what's coming. Honestly, I thought maybe we'd see something, at least at the end. I thought we'd see something new, but nope, nothing. So it was just a disappointment, man. To be honest, just a complete disappointment. Nothing to be excited about.
From what I'm hearing, and I'm gonna watch the show, guys. Everybody out there in the chat, just to let you know, I am gonna watch the show. But from what I'm hearing, for the first state of play to come out, we got brand new year, of course, new generation. You would think that they would have something new to show as well.
Right.
I know state of play is not. It's not supposed to be a big show. You know what I'm saying? It's not, but with starting off the generation, starting off in a new year, you would think they would have something new that you weren't expecting or something. Or
at least show like Last of Us factions. Like where's that at? That's their multiplayer.
Yeah, me and K-Mega got a bet on that one. So
like that would, honestly. I mean, I'm not much of a multiplayer guy, but I actually liked factions. So, like, that would be kind of cool to actually play that again,
It
but
doesn't exist
PS5
anymore.
Exactly, dude.
it went the way of
basically
Anthem.
how it is.
It went the way of Anthem.
They don't talk about it at
rest
all.
in peace,
I was waiting
Anthem.
for you to talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that. We'll talk about that. I know you want to try to get that in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that in.
They don't. There was nothing on that state of play that just
Anthem ain't dead. That's just letting you know that. It's
Oh my goodness, yo.
Anthem Part 2, baby. That's all it's telling me.
it's gone. It's over.
Yo, K-Mega
it's
goes
dead.
to bed with a teddy bear with a little Anthem T-shirt on it. Like he hugs it at night, man.
I do.
Yeah, dude,
I do.
it's
I
done.
do.
It's done, bro. It's done.
The game itself is what we know is done, but I guarantee you 2.0 will be assets they'll be taken for the sequel to Anthem.
Wasn't that
Dragon Age?
no.
Hold on, wait, no.
EA just bought Code.
Okay, I know you
doing
I know you're
They're
trying
not doing it.
You're trying to overtalk me, but this is the facts. They are taking these people away for Dragon Age, and after me beating Dragon Age's position, I understand why they have to take, because it's a small team that's working on Anthem, and on top of that, they want to make sure that they're heavy hitters, the games that gets them more money, and they can't afford to have another bad Mass Effect, and they damn sure can't afford to have a bad Dragon Age. So they take that. They have
before they announced it, though, bro. Where was all this?
I will say this. Let's keep on topic.
Listen, I said the 2.0 would come.
Bro.
I was wrong. I'll take the L on it. That's fine. I'll take the L on that. But Anthem itself, I just don't believe that it's gone. Once they get done with those games, they're going to bring that game over. They're going to bring that game, but they're going to bring in a sequel. They're not going to do what they were intended.
No,
they're going to sell the IP.
It's not dead. It's not dead.
Those assets for that game will be utilized in Mass Effect and in Dragon Age, probably to some certain extent, but I don't think Anthem will ever come back, dude.
Well, we got to bring this back on topic. So when
all right, we'll see. We'll see.
But we have to give a brief moment of silence for Anthem.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
I was hoping
dun.
I was hoping K-Mega would bring out something, but he
I thought he had
doesn't have
some
anything.
kind
Haven't seen my balls, they're big and something.
Oh,
down.
no.
You ever need a pick? Pick me up.
No, you cannot do that. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Let's go to Crispy on this one when it comes to state of play, because I believe Crispy checked it out not once but twice. So he went back in and he checked out, and he might have pulled some surprises out. Yo, Crispy, what was I didn't see it, man. What was State of Play all about? And share your thoughts and opinions, bro.
I was hoping for, something. I mean, the only thing I could say is that I'm not a huge Final Fantasy VII fan, and for people that are huge Final Fantasy VII fans, they might have loved the end of it, but they dragged it out. It was a good 10 minutes.
10
and
minutes.
it was like they went to like this PlayStation thing, and then they attributed it to Square Enix and whatever, and then they're like, oh, we're going back to it and we're going to show you more. And it's like, why did you do that? Why didn't you just show us everything you wanted to show all in one sitting? On top of that, you have Deathloop. Deathloop I'm interested in because of the gameplay. What the hell was that? Deathloop.
That wasn't me.
Deathloop. I'm interested in. Kina. I mean, I'm a gameplay type person. Not bad gameplay. Actually, I liked the gameplay. The point is that it felt like I was watching Everwild's trailers over and over again. And that was a problem for me because so many people, maybe it's in my head, so many people have trashed what Xbox has brought over the years. And to see the same artistic value into every game they showed was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Final Fantasy and Crash Bandicoot, I mean, you could still kind of like put those cartoony values into it, but they brought out, oh, we're doing this, we're making it higher frames, we're doing this and that, and it's like, okay, well, I can play that on the Xbox. What's my reasoning for buying a PlayStation? I'm confused because I actually have had a PlayStation 5 multiple times in my cart and I have not purchased it because I'd rather have a Series X because they continue to do the same thing over and over again. I'm sorry that I see through what I used to love. I used to love PlayStation, and now it's like, dude, we're in a different time. I love talking to people. I love playing multiplayer games. I want something from you. I want a SOCOM. I want something. Even Killzone. Killzone 2 was a pretty damn good multiplayer game. Give me something. Like, give me something that just excites my level, and they continue to just let me down. And even this one is like, dude, you already showed us half these games, bro. And yes, you're showing us DLC. If Xbox does this, everybody's trashing it, including us Xbox fans. Including us. But you get away with it? That's bullshit. I see zero, unless they're in a actual chat, talk shit about that stupidness that I just saw today. And I was truly disappointed. I wanted them to grab me and be like, hey, buy that PlayStation 5. There's a reason to do it. And they did nothing for it. You didn't show me anything. You didn't show me Horizon. You didn't show me anything. You didn't say update to Ghost of Tsushima that'll make it, great on PlayStation 5 and show some gameplay. They showed gameplay of second and third party deals, and that is exactly what Xbox has done. And I have called that out too. So you can sit here and tell me that I'm just trashing PlayStation. No, this is exactly what Xbox has done for the past 2 fucking years. And you know what? If you're going to do that at the launch, you better bring out a Perfect Dark and say, hey, it's coming out. You better bring out, you know, a Hellblade 2 and say, hey, it's coming out. You better
Fable.
There you go. I mean, this is where I go and say, you know what? Nintendo didn't do great, but I had a lot of people that said Nintendo did it better than PlayStation after today. So, that's bad, dude. That's bad because Nintendo rides their line and they don't give a shit. They do what they do and they don't care. PlayStation, I'm sorry, dude. You dropped the ball. It's a 6. And, Dark made it a 5. And I was like, wait, what? It's a 6 for me because I saw good gameplay in some games, but I also saw the same art style in those good games over and over again with that good gameplay. And I just don't understand what they're doing. And on top of that, these are not first-party studios for the games I actually liked watching. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
I don't think one of those was a first-party studio, was it?
I don't think any of those games were first-party studio except for maybe Returnal.
Returnal. Well, no,
Returnal,
that's not technically. I heard that
you're right. It's not because they don't own Housemarque.
No, they don't.
Ooh, snap! So all those games can be multi-plat.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like they probably have an exclusive rights to everything they do. It's just like the Final Fantasy VII thing. Like we're all thinking it's going to come out soon, and then they're like, "Oh, exclusive." The whole DLC and everything. It's probably exclusive. So they're probably going to release the original game to Xbox and still keep that DLC under that paywall. And it's just like, dude, like you can stop the trash. You're already releasing the PC, okay? You know you're going to release some of these games to PC. You know Square Enix is going to be like, bam, here you go. Have fun on PC. And then us Xbox gamers, even though you can make money off of us, we're going to be like, oh, what's good with that? And by the time it's all said and done, you're going to be lawbreakers sitting there like, well, I should have went to Xbox first. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like, it's just, why? It goes for both. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you own the company and you own everything, I call foul to the fact that you're going to sit there and hold content that you know is going to be third party at the end of the day to your platform. I don't like that. And I hope Xbox doesn't do that shit again. If you don't own the coalition that makes Gears, if you don't own 343 that makes Halo Infinite, if you don't own those things, that's not right.
Wow, Crispy, you
I mean, they own the rights to the games. They just don't own the rights to the company.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't own the company, if you don't own Obsidian, and they still released it to all consoles, you own ZeniMax Bethesda right now, and they still released it because the rights were already there. Sony already purchased the rights to Deathloop, and it's on PlayStation's State of Play again after they've already shown it before.
I am so sorry, Crispy. I turned on Dirt 5 just to check it out, and I gotta say the visuals that I'm seeing right now on the Series S, oh my goodness.
Well, that's the problem we have right now is that people are watching streaming.
I've been playing the Outriders, and it's just having a blast.
Oh, I knew you would, dude.
Well, I'm right here now where I'm just selecting my powers, and I'm just kind of like, yo. So anyway,
dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, stop trashing people for having good experiences on the console they have. May not even want the whole time. Maybe want to try both and they can't get them. Stop that bullshit. Start realizing that everybody has a different experience, man. Like, come on. It's stupid to realize that if you never played a Gears or a Halo, to sit there and trash that shit and act like it's irrelevant, and vice versa. I haven't played God of War 2018. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. I haven't played those. Am I going to sit there and trash you for liking it? Fuck no, I'm not.
Dude, you need to play
I'm not
Red
doing
Dead.
it.
You need to play Red Dead, man.
Yeah, but now it's like, oh, are you going to make it 60 frames or not?
Dude,
If I wanna-
I grew up despising cowboys. I absolutely love Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean? Like, dude, we need to stop this shit. We're all gamers at the end of the day. We need to stop this crap. We really need to, because it doesn't make sense. Okay, everybody enjoys what they want to enjoy. Are you going to enjoy Gears? Probably fucking not, because you're going to go and jump into multiplayer and be like, oh, I'm going to get my head smashed in, and you already know it before you even jump in. But if you don't, and you try, and you actually try to learn the game, which goes for every game, you might actually enjoy it.
Yeah, Gears is a great game.
I love the campaign in Gears.
No, I think the multiplayer is amazing. I just got good at it.
I won't go near the multiplayer.
No, I enjoy it when I play it.
I don't play the multiplayer with the campaign.
I'll do horde
I think
mode.
it's great.
I'll do horde mode.
Oh no, I mean when I got into a little rhythm when I played for a little while, you see the potential in it. I just I just don't play it enough. The multiplayer that is. So yeah, no, it's great.
All right. Well, K Mega, did you check out State of Play?
Yeah.
All right, man. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see it, so you gotta let me know what you saw. What were your highlights? What were your lowlights? What's good? Put the controller down, bro.
Bro, I can't. This game is an online game, so you gotta. And I'm in the heat of battle, but I'm gonna keep it rolling. I can multitask. So basically, the Shinfu, I think that was that the name of that game? Sifu. Looked dope. Seafood. But of course,
I thought it was seafood. Oh, okay.
Oh,
no, it's Sifu.
Sifu.
Calamari.
I'm joking.
That's what they call a master in karate.
And
Calamari?
so that was the thing for me, was that like I thought that was a great looking game for because I love games like that. But the only thing I could think of for every time that I've seen a game, besides when they showed Final Fantasy and Returnal, was damn. These are some really cartoony looking games. Like, I mean, how's the PlayStation fan base is feeling about these games right now? Honestly, since they're not those AAA bangers, as they kind of say. Even though those games, would be AAA, some of them will be AAA, but those games look great. I thought, for me, I'm always gonna give credit for the shows just because I just like looking at game trailer. I mean, well, not game trailers, but just games. Even if they're games that I've already seen before, if they show something new with those games, I'm entertained. So I'm not going to just overly dog the show out because they did show a lot of repeat of stuff. I thought the extra stuff that they showed with Kenna was good. Like I said, Returnal reminds me a lot of
Andromeda. Probably.
No. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be a little bit of a dramata, but it brings back the game that I was talking about earlier that came on Xbox One with the little girl. I can't think of the game right now because I'm over here shooting. Recore. Yeah, and so I'm like, this game has
to multitask, dude. What's going on? You're forgetting names and stuff like that.
But I'm over here trying to think of the game's name, and
I'm
trying to think of hours.
Call his ass out.
Come on, bro.
Call his ass out.
All right. Anyway. So, but Recore, I thought that game looks good. But like I said earlier, that I don't know if that's one of those games that's going to just gravitate to a lot of PlayStation fans. It might because of the horror element to it. But no, the overall, I mean,
I thought gameplay was good, dude. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Good.
I'm not knocking the game. Like the game looks good. I'm just saying for me because it's the way that it's a shooter and the way that it is. It seemed like it would be a game that would be on Xbox, but PlayStation need those type of games. So I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's just weird seeing that game on there like that. And the Final Fantasy thing was probably the most disappointing because we already have a game that's already half baked, right? And then you give extra DLC to a game that's already not fully, the story is not fully told. So what are you gonna do? Just nickel and dime people with extra characters?
You have to purchase it, by the way.
Right? Yeah. So, you have to purchase that because when they said you can upgrade, but they said this will be applied, that will be applied. They didn't actually say that it was free. They just said, just look at your local listings or whatever. And so I'm like,
a free upgrade for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, but
you just don't get a.
You don't get Yuffie. Yeah, you don't get Yuffie, and that's to me is like, yo, that's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. But okay, whatever. I mean, and I'm actually glad that Xbox gamers will have the opportunity to get this game late because they'll get the enhancements and everything now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, early adopters always usually, have to chew a little bark, but it's more the thing of just like this is like, yo, this game is not a full complete game, and you're gonna just add little tidbits from characters from the story, and then just do that. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that overall. But the game, of course, it still looks nice and everything. I still hate Barrett's voice acting. It's absolutely atrocious to me. But yeah, no, I mean, the show was fine. I give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, because they're showing me games, and it makes me interested for some of the games but the one thing that would trip me out is that they didn't show any more Ratchet and Clank. I guess they're like, well, it's already we showed enough. We don't want to show any more. So they left that game out, and everything else that I haven't mentioned is probably a game that I take that back. The people who made what was it, Drift? Man, what was that game? It was a little indie game called something Drift. The makers of that, they've got that one game, looks really pretty, where the chick jumps on like some kind of like moon rock and she rides it, and then she can.
Oh, Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah, Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah.
The makers of that, yeah, Solar Ash looked really cool. But again, all of those games.
What's the name?
Because
Solar what?
Ash.
Oh,
Solar Ash.
Yeah, you thought it was Ash.
She's almost like a rollerblader, like through it.
Yeah.
You notice that Bot's mind is always in the gutter, like every time.
I like
always.
big butts. And
but anyway, it's
yeah. What up,
but it's like yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like the show overall for me, I give it a 7 out of 10. I'm not going to knock any of those shows like that. I just find it amazing that Sony has gone this long without having a big event show, and nobody's really complaining about it. Like, just think about that. When was the last time that they had a big show?
It's been a while.
Unveiling of the PS5
since pretty much June, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and then before that, think about how long that was before they really had a big show. So it's like, I mean, they've had, the state of plays. They're okay. You know what I'm saying? You like what they do with them in the sense of, they showing what's coming out, but I don't know, man. I mean, it is what it is. I think that there's some games that people are going to be excited about, but the one question I have overall is how many of those games are going to be multi-plat? Because then that gives me the reason of saying, well, you know what, that one game, the karate game looks dope. looks dope, but if it's going to come to Xbox or PC, then I don't need to give me a PlayStation 5 right now. I can still wait. So, or Abe's World or whatever. So I don't know, man. But the show was cool. It was cool.
Yo, I'm watching what they're showing for Returnal right now. Game looks nasty. That game looks.
That looks
cool, yeah.
Destiny-esque for you.
Well, I mean, Destiny is first person view. So, but no, the speed.
I said esque. Esque.
The speed of the gameplay and everything.
Yeah, but you see how she moves. Like you see what I'm saying? It reminds you of Recore. It's
very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
if there is some like dungeon crawling in it, then yeah, definitely.
Oh, bro, if there's some dungeon crawling in that game and people sit here and love it, I'm gonna be like, yo. But anyway, so.
But graphically looks.
It looks good. Looks good. Yeah.
And then the game.
I'm still up in the air with Deathloop, though. I'm still up in the air. It's got a cool little concept, but I don't know, man. Something about Deathloop I'm not feeling yet. I want to see that.
Dishonored?
I didn't. I got Dishonored, but I didn't really play them. So you know what I'm saying. I only played part of the first one, and I've never gone back to any other.
Yeah, if you didn't like those games, then you're not gonna like this one.
Well, I didn't say I didn't like them. I like Prey more, but
it's the same team who made.
It's the same team, so okay, so it'll have that same type of feel to it. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So, but I thought the show was cool.
Yeah, no, Returnal looks cool. It definitely does look cool. I don't know, guys. I am gonna watch the rest of the show and maybe throw my opinions out there. Maybe on my YouTube channel. You never know. I might throw do a live video or something like that and let you guys know what I thought. So far, like I said, when it comes to Returnal, the game looks great. I like the speed of the combat. I think that is you put the aesthetics with the speed of the combat, and it's definitely interesting, definitely unique. I think. Wow. I'm just watching her walk into the house right now. That was really cool.
But see, that's the other thing too, though. So there's a lot of games with this horror element that's on Sony. I know that there's a lot of people that like it, but I hope they just don't overkill it with every game having to have, because like the Dark Souls type games, like you kind of want to have. I don't know. I don't know. I will see how they put it together, but
I got you. Definitely looks interesting. But guys, we went extra long tonight, yo. We gotta wind this down. Can't
ever talk about GRG ever again, man. This is ridiculous.
Dude, you were one of the people who talked the most, man. You never said anything. You just kept going.
What are you talking about?
Just kept going. You just kept going, man. You guys talk to me about the times, but when Pred's not here with the music and whatnot, you guys go crazy. But no, yo, great show.
Later.
What was that? Excuse me?
What?
One eternity later.
Yeah. But shout out to Sir X-Man. We are 8 minutes away from you being home at 11 o'clock my time, so I think I will be awake for golf, brother. Yo, shout out to the chat, though. You guys are absolutely incredible. The conversation was going on in the chat. You guys interacting with each other, interacting with us. Absolutely awesome part of the show tonight. Give you guys a round of applause, a pat on the back. Yo, you guys did an amazing job. Don't fear the crossfire. Yo, Albert, I never fear the crossfire. They ain't got anything to say this Friday except, it's not going day and date. I'm like, yeah, well, a year ago you said it wasn't going to PC at all, so I don't.
And I haven't been on Crossfire in a while, so I'm expecting Mooch to probably maybe hit me up, maybe, hopefully.
Oh. In other words, Stark wants to be on Crossfire, is what he's saying for this episode. But again, shout out to you guys. For all the support, hanging out with us, talking games. Absolutely love the support that this show gets. But like a 40-year-old with a comb over, man, it is time to get those plugs in, and we are going to start with the New Englander himself. Yes, hardened in heat and humidity during the summer, and absolutely frigid and snowbound
called-
in the winter.
It's called the thick blood, bro.
The thick blood. Yeah.
You got the blood that's really thick, and when it's 40 degrees out, you're wearing shorts. That's the way
Yes.
I roll. So it's great to be here as usual. Yeah, Dark. I'm
Totally
sure
white
you have
people
no
thing.
clue.
That's totally a white
I'm
people thing.
sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Live in New England for a minute.
Yeah, come on,
I'm
Dark.
Hispanic,
Move over
man,
here.
so we get cold just by in 100-degree weather. So
100 degrees.
You get
I
that
need a
shiver.
sweater.
You get that shiver while I'm sitting out there, trying to get rid of this snow and mud that's, the 2 feet of snow that I've gotten in the past like month and a half.
Yeah.
Just still chilling there. Still got the white stuff chilling, even though we've had like 3 straight days of 40
The what?
degree weather.
You said the white stuff.
Oh my god.
Oreo.
You lost me.
What's in the middle? The white stuff. There you go.
You really just went there, bot.
Shout out to Weird Al Yankovic, people.
Yeah, at Christian Baum on Twitter, Christian Baum 28, Xbox Live. Yes, I will try to teach you how to play Gears at this point. It's very few and far between, but there's a couple people that I've taught and have beat me, by the way. So, yes, Breakfast with Boom tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I will also be on Fun Speculations channel as a guest for Xbox Ultimate Podcast tomorrow night, 9 p.m. And you got Retro Renegades, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights. And, of course, you'll find me back here, 8 p.m., kind of, sort of, on the next podcast.
Well, this next week coming up, it'll definitely be 8 p.m. because I'm not working. Yeah.
I love busting your ass, though, dude.
I got you, brother. I got you. I will say, I just saw Sifu. To me, it looks like an upgraded version of Virtua Fighter in terms of the graphics. I don't know why anybody would like that.
Dude, I kind of see
Doesn't
that.
look like
dude.
Virtual Fighter. You what? Virtual Fighter.
Dude, Virtual Fighter is like
those the flat plane polygon to make the muscles and stuff like that. Yeah.
No. But you I guess you haven't played Virtual Fighter 5 or 4.
Oh, I'm thinking back when I actually played it, like back in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, me too. By the way, K-Mag. Like, been there, done that many years ago.
Y'all need to play Virtual Fighter 5. It's in back compat. It
was
there.
a long time ago in a galaxy far
I was
away.
never a Virtual Fighter fan, so yeah, that tells you what I think about the look of Sifu. By the way, Dark Optimus, bro. What do you got for us for your outro, man?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Dark Optimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And this weekend I got to go out and buy myself a binky, because I was a whining gamer tonight. And I saw somebody in the chat who said that. I thought it was pretty funny, actually. I mean, sometimes I got to go off on you on the podcast just because, man. Sometimes Bob talks over us, and it pisses me off sometimes. So, shit happens, and sometimes, I'm not saying I'm right all the time, and that's the case. I'm not right. I'm probably wrong more than I am right. More than likely.
It's funny you say I talk over you guys, and I see it the other way around. That's so weird.
Okay, bro. Thanks, Megan. I appreciate it. I needed that, man.
Nice. And now
he's got my back,
I do.
Now everybody, get comfortable, sit in your chairs. K Mega is about to pull that scroll out of where you can find him, what he is doing, the shows he's on, all that good stuff. K Mega, is that scroll ready?
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Okay, so
I was
didn't
wondering
get
when it
y'all.
was coming.
Yeah. I
wondered.
knew that you was waiting for it, but listen, Crispy's doing more shows than I am now. So I mean, it is what it is. But of course, tomorrow night, at the Lord's time, the GRG podcast will be live. We'll have Dreadpool on. Hopefully, our boy Sinister will be on as well. And that's on at the same time when Ultimate Podcast is on. At 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. But I mean, the whole good thing about all that is that, if you catch one live, you can catch the other one later, whichever one or whatever. But, yep, we're doing that. The Dev and the Gamer, we just did something the other night. It's up on my channel on KMega 405. So go check that out. Yes, you don't have to remind me. I'm going in the morning to go get my beard taken care of. Man, this thing is mangy. It looks rough. Boy, I'm like, man, come on. What is this going on with this thing? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing, get it steamed, get it right, get it trimmed down, get it back to the glory. But other than that, yeah, just I'll be streaming, doing something with Don Saturday, most likely, probably practicing. Hopefully Bot will come in there and participate, because if not, then we'll have to hold him down. Most likely we'll probably have to hold him down anyway.
Beard steamed?
Yeah, you don't know. I'm sorry. I'm talking to people. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm talking to a Latino dude.
Yeah, but still, your hair is not like course, like black people's hair. So
yeah, you're right.
K Mega's a vegetable. He needs to be steamed.
Right, yeah. yes. So it's all right. You gotta have it right, man. You gotta get it steamed right, you know what I'm saying? Get it trimmed up, things right. Because it was looking a little savage. I was like, damn, he wanted to do the damn podcast now. And I was like, yeah, it's because we want to keep it consistent like every other week. So when we do Devin the Gamer, so I got to stay true to that commitment. So I just wasn't ready. And now since I'm on camera, I got to be right with that. So anyway, and then of course, Sunday night, Fight Night Sunday. If you missed last week's episode, my God, it was one of the best Fight Night Sundays ever. I think it was a lot of twists and turns, man. Attic came in there. Go ahead and read this before we go, Bot.
All right, no doubt, man. Yo, shout out one more time to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell. I gotta say, man, Blue Shell has been around like so long on my channel, man. All the support, all the love, definitely appreciate it. He said, I hope Xbot 448 carries K Mega instead of the other way around. And check it out, he is using the member emotes in there as well. So shout out to you, brother. And
trust me, it's not going to happen, but it'll be
Execute Order 66.
It just must be done. But anyway,
I'm sorry, I've seen both of you play, and I think Xbox is going to carry
world premiere.
Okay, all right, that's fine. You can go ahead and keep saying that. But you know what I'm saying, you missed yet last night when Lemon came on with me and Don and we was playing, and then how everything got adjusted and who was at the top. So I'm just saying,
because he wrecks. So
no, he was at the bottom. But
was he really? Wow.
But no, but like
K-Mega
we
steals
communicated.
kills, by the way.
What'd you say?
I said K-Mega steals kills. Like if you ever see
oh my God, listen to this.
Bunches of assists, man.
Oh my God.
Like, I'll get that last
shot. The working together was fantastic, but it was really, oh my goodness, but it was great. But no, last week Fight Night Sunday was epic. We played Samurai Showdown, played some Naruto Storm 4. I forget what the other game that we played, but yeah, Attic came in from the Iron Lords. Yeah, he beat my ass in Storm 4, but Lemon came in there and challenged me to kill it. That's what the game, Killer Instinct, one-on-one, mano and mano. And all you got to do is just go check it out. You can fast forward until you see Killer Instinct, and see how that turned out.
Wow,
You know what I'm saying?
That's just like the game I showed again this week, where you and me were playing KI.
Just one game though. You just did one game.
Well, how many times did you play with Lemon?
Oh, we did 10 rounds.
So
if you want to challenge me, if you want to challenge me 10 rounds, please do. Please do.
I'm undefeated.
I'll challenge you in that in MK11.
Well, that's fine. You want to do 10 rounds? We could do that. We've been trying to do that, and I think everybody's got this Series X, so we need to be doing some Mortal Kombat anyway. So anyway, but check us out. I'm done.
Nice. Yeah. Crispy was like, man, I still had more to say, but you know what? Screw this. We're out of here. Yeah.
Denied.
Again, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. This is another episode of the Next Podcast in the books, people. Just to let you know, it is every Thursday, 8 p.m. for any of the new people out there. Not only that, this is the home of the Series X podcast. It is a bi-weekly podcast, and let's keep our heads out of the gutter for that one. Me, the elusive gamer, Jamie Moran, and we talk all things Xbox, Xbox entertainment, Xbox news, no talk of any other consoles unless, of course, Jamie lets it slip. Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat. He says, I want K-Mega sound effects in golf, baby. In golf.
Diabetes.
Oh,
Got the diabetes.
my God.
Wow. See what you did, Sir X-Man? Do you see
off
what
Game
you did?
Mega?
But,
Play it one more time for me, Mega.
Oh, your favorite one. Okay, hold on. Let me
Stop with that, because Nintendo's gonna ban your ass.
That's not Nintendo.
That was Zelda.
That wasn't Zelda.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking
Jesus
in. I'm
Christ.
still a piece of garbage.
Let's get out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
Later, everybody.
Night, everyone.
We'll see you guys next week for the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Ladies.
This is a certified hood classic.